Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. OMG. I just started following this trial. And what I heard today, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, I gotta bring this up. This is just insane. This sleazeball you see right here. Okay, that's not like a biological uncle. That is her aunt's husband. He's was messing around with this 16-year-old girl and also sleeping with her sister too. This is insane. This whole thing's insane. So basically, we're going to focus on the text messages. Anybody need to know more, just read the description. You can find out some more about it. I'm going to play the text messages, and I'm going to play the wife on the stand. Well, now it's the ex-wife. This man, another one, shouldn't have been born. Another one. This is insane. Are you kidding me? How could you do such? There's always somebody out here like this. It is what it is. And thank you. I'm so sorry for starting late and everything. And I see you 603 BG in the house here. Wait a minute. Let me get this off here. Let me get ready to start this thing here. Look at this clown when he comes inside here. Look at this clown when he comes in here. Yeah, another one. Another one, BG. I was just like, are you flipping kidding me? This is insane. And Cox, and welcome. Good to see you here. Good to see you. All right, what the Cox says here. All right, we're gonna get ready to start. We waiting for this this thing to come up in here. Are you flipping kidding me? But let me change this speed. Okay, we got on 1.5. 1.5. Look at him. Just look at him. I can't stand him.
So back in the record, 19 CF 7518.
Messing with these two young girls like that. And I think the other girl's gonna go court. Go to court too. All right, so first we're gonna start with the text messages, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let me read this real quick. So before we get into this one, this trial is making me physically and emotionally sick. Oh my gosh, I'm so much with you. Rest in peace, beautiful girl in heaven, praying for your peace and your family's peace. This monster destroyed the family. He destroyed the family. Oh my gosh, this is so much. Oh, Amber, I see you up in here. Oh Lord, I heard that the detective's reading these disgusting texts today. We're gonna get into these texts. Ryan, I see you up in here. Ryan, Amber again, and I see you, Crystal, and Victoria. Watching another live, this monster. Oh my gosh, I can't take. And all right, who else we got up in here? Hey, SLX, welcome. And Candela, hello, and hello. And people, all right, let's get into this because we got so much to do tonight. I hope everybody's so comfortable and stuff because this is a lot. All right, I so much I want to show you, but we're just gonna focus on the text messages, and then we're gonna get into the ex-wife on the stand. And if I have time to do another day, we can get into when the mother and the grandmother was on the stand. This is just insane. This is insane. Let me see if I can fast forward because it's going to take a second. A second here.
From yesterday during his testimony, we'll continue with the state's director.
All right, me trying to.
I'm trying to.
So let me get the beginning of these text messages. I don't know. Was there more text messages from the other day? I hope I didn't screw up on this one here. Oh man. All right, everybody who's coming here, make sure you please hit the like. Welcome to Donna Just Being Real. My channel is all about dating, love, relationships, and toxic relationship advice channel. All right, we got a crazy one here. All right, make sure you read the description. If you're coming in here, you don't know what's happening, read the description. All right, so we're gonna get into this one here. All right, Sleazeball Johnathan Quiles, whatever his name is, impregnate and murdered niece. Trial day 5. That was today. So we're just showing clips today. I'm gonna focus on the mess. Oh, I should have did this backwards. I got it backwards. We're gonna focus on the Snapchat messages, and then we're gonna get into the ex-wife. Now she is the ex-wife. Oh my gosh. Let's get it. I would fast forward more, but I want to catch the beginning of the text mess of these with Snapchat or whatever it is. I don't know. Snapchat messages is all above. All right, let me speed him up a little bit.
All right, so Good morning, everybody. You guys, everyone may have a seat.
All right. It should be starting now.
Reminder, Detective Abbott is still under oath from yesterday during his testimony. We'll continue with the state's director in a moment. A quick scheduling issue. I expect to be able to get a lot of testimony in today. If we stay until a little after 6, does that present a huge issue from anybody? And you can give me nods of the heads if you wish to talk to your better half. And give me a note later or mention it. That's fine as well. I just wanted to give you a heads up now so we can try to maximize our time together. I know it's a long day. I certainly will accommodate you guys for breaks and that nature, but given that it's Wednesday, third day of the week, of week 2, myself and the parties are trying to maximize our time together. So if that's a major issue for anybody, I've got a few shakes. So just let me know if it's an issue by mentioning it to the bailiff. Let me know the next break or something, and we'll go from there. With that said, State, you may continue with your direct examination.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Detective Abbott, we had left off with State's Evidence 64. If you could please tell us about the next entry where we left off. I believe that's going to be the 8/19/2018-202. If you can tell us what that is.
This is another message, 8/19/2018-202.
I forgot to say, when I do recaps like this, I always put on a higher speed. It's on speed 1.5 because we'll be here forever. But if it's too fast for you, you hit the settings and adjust it to whatever's comfortable for you, whatever you like, okay? All right, let's get back to it. 1.5. This is insane. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad this is a monster. Sleazeball, 100% Sleazeball. Look up Sleazeball. You'll see him. All right, let's get it.
I'm sorry for sending that. I'm still in my feelings, but it really don't matter no more anyways. We will never be together ever again. I don't ever want to talk to you no more.
Again, Detective, please be very careful about reading the exact language, okay? Thank you.
I don't even want to talk to you no more. You really went the lowest that I could handle and would never forgive you.
And the next entry, please.
8/19/2018-244. It appears to be a picture.
And we'll just look at it very briefly. And can you tell us what it is?
It is a screenshot of a Snapchat message between Uncle and me, where Uncle says, "Love you, me, we're in the same house. Uncle, I'm coming for a kiss."
And the next one, please.
8/19/2018-255. Free man, LOL, inside joke.
And the next one.
8/19/2018-257. I'm so glad I don't have to worry about trusting anymore because at the end of the day, everyone is always out for themselves. So I'll be just the same way. FTW is back in full effect. Fuck it all.
The next one, please.
8/20/2018, 12:43. You can't keep it real with me because I'm not important enough to do so. You keep cheating on me and I'm done with you, so stay in your feelings as long as you need to be. I finished with all my stressing and crying over you. I'm good.
And the next message, please.
It's 8/20/2018 at 1:06. It's so funny how you mess up and you decide that you're going to be mad at me because I don't trust you no more and don't want you no more either. This could have all been avoided, but you choose this. This is what you wanted, so now you got it. I just wish I didn't feel so much for you because you wouldn't be a issue for me to get over. But as I always say, it's just a feeling that will pass in time.
And the next message.
8/20/2018, 109. You're just making it all so easy for me to just leave you alone. Goodbye, Iyana. I think you should take the bus back home from now on. You seem to have it all figured out.
And Detective Abbott, through your investigation with speaking with family members, is Iyana an abbreviation for Iyana?
Yes.
And the next one, please.
The next one is 8/20/2018, 121, and it is a photograph.
And what does it say?
The face of a cheater.
And have you seen this image before?
Yes.
And where was that located?
On the defendant's cell phone.
And do you recall the date?
No.
Okay. Would that, though, the date be in the records?
Yes. We read it off yesterday. I don't remember what it was.
Okay, no problem. However, did that picture have a saying on it?
No.
And does this picture have a saying?
Yes.
And what is that saying?
The face of a cheater.
And who's the picture of?
IS.
And the next message, please.
8/20/2018, 122. Nah, I'm not going to even bother. You're both full of shit, and I'm not going to keep stressing over you and your lies. Just know you're mad fucked up, and you lost everything very good to you because you've lost something very good to you because you want to be a unloyal person. Like I said, I hope it was worth it.
And the next entry, please.
8/20.
Ashley says, "Hey Don, this is so sad. Rest in peace. Didn't deserve this at all. This was all planned because he even said when well, I'm not gonna play that one when he was, when he was under the wire or whatever. But basically, what I want to say right now is these are messages, and we getting to hear the kind of sick stuff that he was saying to her in these messages is all about grooming. This is all about grooming. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to be careful who you let around your kids, even these darn teenagers and stuff. This is so sad, and this happens so often. So often. All right, let's get back to the text message. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to let the text message play, and then I'll say something after. Resume.
2018, 124, and now you're talking to someone else behind my back again too. And you wanted to be married to me. Wow.
And the next message, please.
8/20/2018 at 125. You tell me you're a liar. You just can't stay with one person at all, huh? And I also found out the truth about what you were coming to wear over her. That's why your mom flips on you.
And the next entry.
8/20/2018, 132. I can't believe I'm still talking to you and actually trying to believe what you're saying, even when I know you're lying to me. I'm so fucked up over your manipulation. It's so sad. I really just need to get away from you. You know, a ton of people would say you're going to end up alone with nobody. I'm not going to say that because that's a lie. You're going to be with someone that is going to treat you the same exact way you have done me. And then you would be able to relate to this feeling I'm having.
The next entry, please.
8/20/2018, 351. Oh, so you in your feelings now because you put some effort into something and I dismissed it like how you've been doing me. All of this was just words to me. The only real thing that I know is true is what I responded to.
And the next entry, please.
8/20/2018, 444. You got it all the way twisted. I caught you in a lie. You didn't just come out with the truth, LOL, and you still continue to lie about things, so you have only your own self to blame for me feeling like I do about you.
And the next entry.
8/20/2018, 713.
No, 506.
506, okay. I didn't see you scroll that high. 8/20/2018, 506. Same shit, humble yourself, you're wrong. This why I'm not interested in being with you no more. You have an excellent excuse for everything you know you're wrong about.
And the next entry, please, Detective.
8/20/2018, 507. I asked you how did you feel about your sister liking Jayco, and you said she always does that to you. Then you got real quiet, and I said, you okay, KP? You just fucked up, right? So get out of this fantasy, as you was truly just letting me know all your lies.
And the next entry, Detective.
8/20/2018, 713. I'm not making anything up. I just choose not to bother you. I just choose not be bothered with you no more. You can keep the truth all the way to your grave, but just know, I know, and that's it. Just because I'm not acting crazy over it, don't make it hurt any less. There is many things I keep to myself, so like I said, I'm just done with you and your unloyal, dishonest self, and I hope it was worth every bit of it because I truly loved the hell out of you, and now I'm trying to get over you.
And the next entry, please.
8/20/2018, 8/26. Yeah, I can't keep this up with you. You know exactly what you did with him, but you'll never admit it, so I'm good. You're good with us not being together, and so am I.
And the next entry.
8/20/2018, 9/12. Why you already know what it looks like. You know what you are, something else, LOL. I'm just so done with you and your bullshit. You're making me hate you every time you try to manipulate me.
The next entry.
8/20/2018, 11/42. I think you will pick a different distraction before you know it, and you'll never even think about nothing anymore.
And the next entry.
8/21/2018, 201. Nah, I don't have nothing much to talk about, and plus, it's not the same anymore.
The next entry.
8/21/2018, 209. I didn't mean to, and I did already. Why are you acting concerned for? Doing put me in the same caliber as you. I said I wouldn't, and I meant it. Me and Maya are just good friends.
And is Maya a nickname for Samaya?
Yes.
And the next entry, please.
8/21/2018, 11:03. Yeah, I was just going to say GM, but then I thought about it, and you're the one that needs to make the effort, not me.
And the next entry.
8/21/2018, 3:22. OMG, you was right. I can hear the train horn from the zoo.
And the next entry.
8/21/2018, 3:22. I don't like nobody hurting you but me.
And the next entry.
8/22/2018, 12:02. I'm sorry. I forgot you're carrying our child and you're oversensitive. I do love you very much and don't want you to keep going through this drama. But we have plans, and if you act off of your emotions, you will hinder all of our plans in the future. It's very hard to see it now, but it's the truth.
And the next entry.
8/22/2018, 2 o'clock. The day Uncle John told you that Maya liked Ken, they were already dating, and the very next day was the first day that they met up, they had sex, and then on his birthday they had sex.
And the next entry.
8/22/2018, 4/29. You know what I'm talking about, but you want to play dumb. It's cool. Our whole relationship, all that you lied about to me, all of it, because I know all of the stuff you think I don't. Let's try this again.
The next entry?
8/22/2018, 4/29. Okay, then I pray whenever you get ready to tell me the truth, you will, and see how much further we will go. But until then, this is what it is.
And the next entry?
Okay, 8/23/2018, 3/13. I lied about not liking Maya and wanting to do things with her. I started the whole thing. I told you that I was only talking to you, but I was also talking to Maya. The only reason we didn't do it more than once was because she found out that we were doing things and she didn't want nothing to do with me. I did kiss her down there once only. That was the same day we did it. I told you things to like me more, and when I told you that I wanted you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have to help me out. Maya is the sister, correct? Is that the sister? Just put in the chat here. Let me know before I go on here. Maya the sister. Let me get back to it. This man is sick. Sick. And I know somebody was talking about with the marriage. What, they just recently got married? Put in the chat. Let me know. Did him and his ex-wife just recently got married before all this jumped off? Because I know she said she had 2 kids with him. Correct? I wasn't supposed to be talking. Let's listen to the rest of this, then I'll talk.
To see our other people, I was lying, %2C. I talked to Mai about you and our problems all the time, %2C. At first, I told you I was going to give you a baby to keep. I wasn't being serious, but once I seen how happy you were, I decided to give you 2 once you get older. After I found out about you and the boy, I was going to sex your sister to hurt you like you hurt me, but she didn't want to, so it never happened. I told you I had cameras up in the house. It's not true.
I know, I said I wasn't going to talk. Did you hear what he said? I was going to sex your sister to hurt you? This is unbelievable. And this stuff happens all the time. Oh my gosh. And this girl was in love with him. She thought they had a relationship. Oh, this is sick. This is sick. Okay, resume.
I know the truth from something else, which I'm not going to say. I get info from your mom and aunts about you and tell them things so you won't be with nobody else, %2C. I said I'm not bothered by your actions anymore, but that's far from the truth. I hate when you are looking at other people, %2C. I hate when you talk to other people, %2C. I have your friends, %2C, neighbors. I hate that you still talk to that boy. I hate that you talk to other people on your social network, Instagram, Snapchat, and some other things you have, %2C. I act like I have hacked your phone and I don't know what's going.
And the next entry?
8/23/2018, 3/18. I stopped wanting Maya after she turned me down the last time I got it in my head that it's not going to happen. She said, just lay there, say no, and she was much looser than you.
This is so disturbing. I couldn't even, I was just at work listening to this. I just couldn't even believe it. I couldn't. I know everybody's in here like, what the heck? Just can't believe it. And someone asked, she was 16 years old. If anybody's a little lost, please read the description. I always put something in the description so you can know what what the live stream is about, what my video is about, my commentary. I always put something in the description. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get back to it. Melvia!
Okay, and the next entry?
8/23/2018, 10:30. You see, what you don't get is I don't give a fuck about what Maya do. I only care about what you do. And like I said in my truth letter to you, I would tell you aunt and mom about things so you.
Careful, and your mom.
I would tell you aunt and your mom about things so you could only be with me. But you might only read the Maya part and disregard the rest.
And the next entry?
8/24/2018, 12:54. That's how it should be. If Jaco comes at you in a inappropriate way, you should tell me ASAP so I can deal with it right away. And if I question him in front of you, you should be straightforward with it all so he knows you're off limits.
And the next entry?
8/25/2018, 7/11, and it appears to be another picture.
And can you describe what we're looking at?
It is another screenshot of a text message from Uncle John.
And could you just read the bubbles, please?
So yes. Yeah, text your aunt too, love. What's wrong, baby? Snap me. Yeah. Talk to me. Why are you crying? Hello. WTF? Yeah. What happened from when we was talking to now? Are you serious right now? Okay then, GN, I love you. And then at the bottom you can make out that it says, I knocked out.
And the next entry?
8/26/2018, 11:19. LOL, you will be my best friend. Went, you're pregnant. I'll cook for you until you can't eat no more.
And the next entry?
8/27/2018, 101. Because I want to take care of you.
And the next entry?
8/27/2018, 10:29. I was on the roof and you told me to see if the chimney was connected to the other apartment so you could talk to that boy. I said, yeah. And you started to make plans to change your school schedule so you can meet up with him and go to a hotel. I started to cry and then I woke up.
And the next entry?
8/28/2018, 113. Yeah, I can hear it now. If a fire, yeah, %2C. Where Jaco, %2C. In my pants, yeah. You want to put it out? I can't.
The next entry?
8/28/2018, 12:29. I'm Nim being a B. I just want you to be okay and I want to know where I stand with you so I'm not just surprised later that you've been with someone else and or you are talking to someone else. That's what I mean. I'd rather you just tell me up front so I can be prepared.
And the next entry?
8/29/2018, 12:10. I've been kicked down there so much.
Detective Abbott, just take your time, okay? Make sure you're reading word.
Yes,
exact
ma'am.
word. Just take your time.
I've been kicked down there so much, I'm not sure how you're even pregnant.
How you're even pregnant.
How you're even pregnant.
Thank you. The next entry?
8/29/2018, 5:59. It's a picture.
Thank you, please.
It is a screenshot of a photograph of two people having sex, and it says favorite position.
And the next entry?
9/2/2018 at 2:03. It says, ha ja 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 ja. First off, that boy don't know how to fight, %2C. 2, I've been fighting all of my life. I can take hits there. I could stand there and let him punch me, and it would have no effect. On me at all. Although I look out of shape, I'm very seasoned. Just 2 days ago, I beat the shit out of someone. I believe I'm going to be okay. You see, I told him to wait until everyone leaves. Not for me, it's so when I knock him on his ass, his pride won't be too messed up. The goal is not to defeat him, it's just to teach him to respect his place.
And the next entry?
9/3/2018, 11:51. That's what your slow ass should have said from the fucking jump.
And the next entry?
9/3/2018, 11:52. Because it was a simple question that you seem to had a problem answering it. It's cool though. I'm not going to bother you, none. I'll talk to you tomorrow, GN.
And the next entry?
9/3/2018, 11:52. Oh, so you're not going to fuck him. You'll just wait for me. That's what you meant.
And the next entry?
9/4/2018, 9:27. I'm very aggravated right now. I'm going to hit you later.
The next entry?
9/7/2018, 12:21. Yeah, so I need you to be like 100% with me at all times. I'm just so in love with you. I'll kill you and cry.
And the next entry?
9/17/2018, 1:34. No, it seems like you the one that wants that, but you don't want to hurt my feelings, so you rather start up your bullshit again so I can leave you. Look, I don't have time for all of your little games. You like to play like I'm stupid and don't see what the fuck is going on. I trust you until you start lying to me again. Just like how all of a sudden you back playing your Sims game full time again to the point you don't have time for me no more. I won't be surprised that you don't telk the next.
You don't send us to the N-word?
Yes, it's the N-word.
Okay, go ahead.
The same thing you tell me just so you do fuck up. Like the name you keep saying when you about to come and catch yourself.
And the next message?
9/17/2018 at 1:43. I do, you just keep lying to me. Then you try to make it as if I'm the one going behind your back. With who though? I don't fuck with your sister. I don't talk to nobody but your ass. I'm just tired of your games. I'm getting getting very old sometimes. I wish I wasn't so deep in love with you. Okay, I won't keep talking all of the bullshit you give me.
And the next entry?
9/17/2018 at 1:44. I expect you to like other people, but you can't even admit that. You're 16 and H all of the time. Why wouldn't you? But the fact that you just can't be real about it is sickening to me.
And the next entry?
9/17/2018 at 1:49. Why would she lie about deleting me on Snapchat? That's so stupid, right? You don't be even making sense, percent 2C. I believe when you said you went to your counselor's office to change your classes, but then you started with all the other bullshit that makes me question your story. But you have it all planned out, so I'm going to let you be. If there was a boy I was up into this point, I was trusting that you'll tell me, but I see you back to your old ways again. I hope whoever it is makes you happy, because obviously I can't. While you want to make it seem I'm doing things behind your back, really funny, Iyana, for lying to me, enjoy the rest of your day. I'm not staying with you either, so if you want to take the bus with your new buddy, do that. It will save me gas and me not seeing your face no more.
And the next entry?
9/17/2018 at 4:17. Yeah, so it can be so easy to leave you alone. I'm so in love with you. I push all my instincts to the side and look like the dumbass at the end. Well, you started your lying again.
And the next entry?
9/19/2018, 11:20. I'm sure you won't understand what's my problem, so I'm just not going to let you bother me like you have been anymore, since this seems to be an ongoing problem with you.
And the next entry?
9/25/2018, 3:02. You're stuck with me until you die. I love you way too much to let you go. So you're not going to have.
Whoever's coming in here, this is a grown man talking to a 16-year-old girl, and she's pregnant by him. What was she? I think 4 or 5 months pregnant or something. And I just found out today, y'all can correct me in the chat or the replay watcher, his wife was currently pregnant too at the same time. This is insane. All right, let's get back to it. So he got the niece pregnant, and the wife is pregnant too. This is insane. Oh my God, he's going in the handbasket big time. Resume.
No life.
And the next entry?
9/25/2018, 3:03. I'm way too in love with you to let you go.
The next entry?
10/6/2018, 11:12. So if we get married, we will need to go to Vegas.
And the next entry?
10/9/2018, 3:01. I'm glad you got someone else. I hope he makes you happy. Bye.
And the next entry?
10/9/2018, 3:02. You mad fucked up.
And the next entry?
10/16/2018, 6:22. Well, after you come in my mouth, I'm going to keep licking your clit and make you come again, then make you breakfast. And after you eat, I'm going to slowly put my tip in, then rub your clit with my tip, then slide it in some more until I'm all the way in, all the way, then grab your neck and slowly, with a little pressure, until you about to nut, then come you until you nut.
And the next entry?
It's 10/21/2018, 7:18. Josh Alicia T. Payne. I'm in love with a dancer.
And the next entry?
11/3/2018, 2:46. It is a photograph.
And what is it a photograph of?
A woman wearing underwear sitting on a man's lap, hugging.
And what is the title?
Add freaky couples.
And the next entry?
11/10/2018, 7:14. He brought me back to life, and then after he left, I ended up dying. So when I came back to life again, I missed him but couldn't find him, and I went to a baseball field with one of his old partners. Then they hadn't seen him in a while.
And the next entry?
11/11/2018, 3:33, 501 West Adams Street, percent 2C, room 2472.
And the next entry?
11/18/2018, 11:33, wider hips.
And the next entry?
11/18/2018, 11:33, thicker thighs.
Next entry?
11/18/2018, 11:33, curly hair.
The next entry?
11/18/2018, 11:34, trendy clothes.
And detective, the next entry?
11/18/2018, 11:34, lighter.
And the next entry?
11/19/2018, 3:25. Wow, you don't mean that. No, I get us protection, and since I never knew I could have got you birth. Let me start over. Wow, you don't mean that. No, I get us protection, and since I never knew I could have got you birth control without your mom knowing.
Next entry?
11/19/2018, 3:26. I love being in you. I live tasting you with my tongue. I love your moans. You don't want to be with me no more.
And the next entry?
11/19/2018, 3:28. You're really breaking my heart right now. What the hell I do to deserve this?
The next entry?
11/19/2018, 3:28. I don't care about the sex. I just don't want to lose you. You are what I'm in love with.
And the next entry?
12/1/2018 at 1:42. Oh, okay. Did you and Jaco do anything at all? If you tell me, I will forgive you and I won't bother with it no more. I promise. On Nia.
And does the defendant have a daughter named Nia?
Yes.
The next entry?
12/4/2018, 1:49. Yes, you're right, and I do see the problem. I just can't not talk to your sister because it would look weird. Now, a month at a time is okay, but not for good.
And the next entry?
12/4/2018, 4:05. You don't have time for me at all anymore. That's what it all seems like. So I'm taking your,
Be careful with wording.
so I'm taking you didn't want the ring from me.
And the next entry, Detective?
12/5/2018 at 2:24. Well, I don't have a GF no more, so I know what you're feeling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just checking here. Please hit the like, hit the like. And if you can, share me out on your social media. Hit the like. It's free. Hit the like. All right, let's get back to it.
And the last entry.
12/5/2018, 3:27. Like what way? I know you don't want to be with me no more, so I'm assuming that you have someone else who you might be in mind or giving your time to since you're not giving it to me.
And Detective, is that where the records end with the Princess 4846 and the excess Yana communications?
Yes.
Now, Detective Abbott, I think you had mentioned earlier, did you send to get some Google location data from Google?
Yes,
And did you ask the crime analyst unit to map that?
I did.
And so I'm going to be showing you State's Evidence 35. I'm first going to bring up from 12/19/2018. I'm going to pause it for a second. Did you review these?
Yes.
And then after reviewing, did you go and determine the various locations?
Yes.
Now, in the particular one involving 12/19/2018, did you look at the area of where the defendant's cell phone placed him?
Yes.
And I'll fast forward it just a moment to get to that time frame. So in the area around the 11:34, 11:33 time frame, can you tell, did you actually drive out there?
Yes.
Can you tell us what the area is?
It's a parts place just off of Airport Road. It's Duval Place Drive, north of Ace Pickup Park.
Now, did you drive the distance between, and do you remember exactly, you said it was off of what street, Duval Place?
Duval Place.
Is that here in Duval County?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, did you drive the distance between Terry Parker High School and this parts location off of Duval Place?
Yes, I did.
How long did it take you by car?
By car, it was roughly 18 minutes.
And was that one way, 18 minutes?
One way.
Okay. Now, did you then, fast forward just a moment. Now, when the GPS ends at approximately 11:39 time frame, did you drive from that area to Terry Parker High School or Terry Parker High School to that area?
I drove from this exact point to Terry Parker High School and then straight back.
And how long did it take you in driving time?
So the round trip was roughly 35 minutes.
Okay, so round trip was 35 minutes?
Yes, ma'am. I got over there. It took me longer to get there because of traffic than it did to get back.
Okay. That's why you're saying approximately?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, and looking at the map as well, is the area around the 11:39/29 time frame, is that north of Ace Pickup Park?
Yes.
And can you just circle approximately where Ace Pickup Park would be in relation to that pin? So in distance-wise, how far is that from the last pin on the Google location data?
Approximately a mile, maybe a little less, a little more.
So it's not far?
No,
Is that
ma'am.
fair to say?
No, ma'am, not at all.
All right, move on to December 20th. Now, were you able to determine this location here, where the GPS location commences at 12/20/2018, approximately the 16:04 hour?
Yes, this is Bush Drive, right at Main Street. And this location here is a bank or a post office. Sorry. There's a bank and a post office right next to one another.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Detective. And how far would this location have been from Ace Pickup?
2 miles, 3 miles.
And is Ace Park south of this area?
Yes, ma'am, you straight down Main Street.
And could you just draw for us which one is Main Street? And is that the roadway that's going north and south on this map at this time frame at 1611?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Now, what area is the Google data driving?
Heckscher Drive, Zoo Parkway.
Okay. And then what bridge is this?
I believe that's the bridge. I don't know the name of it. It's the one on Heckscher Drive that takes you across the river.
Okay. And now approximately where are we heading?
Down towards Beach Boulevard.
Okay, Michelle, welcome. I didn't know that about the wife. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, but Michelle, welcome. Cece, and I understand how you felt today at work. I was feeling the same. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Now, somebody help me. I'm just getting in tune with this. How old was the sister he was messing with? They was close in age, older, younger. What's the deal? Because I know she was on the stand yesterday. And it was just so graphic. I was like, I'm not even going to put this out here. I don't want to hear it, because you got some sick people that be online and they listen to it and they enjoying it, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to satisfy nobody like that. But tell me, the sister, were they close in age? Like, what was her age when he was messing with the sister too? This is insane. All right, I'm going to fast forward because we want to get into the mother, to the ex-wife. Well, that was his wife at the time. Now she's an ex-wife. And I hope I got the right point. I think, let me see. I know she comes on after him. Oh, there she go. That's the, now, I'm just going to leave it from this point because I can't get the perfect spot. All right, but please, someone tell me what was the age of her. This is sick. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm speeding up because we're gonna focus on the ex-wife, because the ex-wife was on the stand today. She was on the stand, and now she's ex-wife. Just destroyed the whole family. This is, wow. Let's hear the wife.
Ma'am, good morning to you. Ma'am, need a glass of over here to your right, please watch the steps. Great work. Need a glass
Okay, this is the Sleazeball's ex-wife. Now they ex, but they was married at the time. Let's see what she has to say.
We'll go from there, okay? Yes, Your Honor. You can manipulate the microphone to help you project your voice. And with that said, state you may inquire at your ready.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Please report. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Could you state your name for our record, please?
My name is Naomi Mobley,
Ma'am, will you spell your first name?
Naomi.
And where do you live, ma'am?
I live in Springfield.
How long have you lived in the Jacksonville, Northeast Florida area?
The majority of my life. It's going to be about 43 years on and off.
Now, Ms. Mobley, I want to direct your attention back to the time period of 2017 to 2018. Who did you live with at that time?
I lived with my then husband and our daughter
All right, and your daughter's initials, please.
in Q.
Now, when you say your then husband, for our record, would we name who that was?
Johnathan Quiles,
And will you spell that middle name?
Jayco.
And do you see Johnathan Quiles in the courtroom right now?
I do.
Will you describe where he's seated and an article of clothing he's wearing?
He is seated to the right of his defense attorney, or to the left of her. He has a certain ponytail, blue shirt, and glasses on his face.
Ma'am, Your Honor, may the record reflect what you identified with.
So reflective.
And how long were you married?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I had to pause. You notice when she described him, you don't see no little smile, a little chuckle, a little blushing, a little flirtation. When we was covering the Ham Hock trial, didn't Grandma and Mama have that look when they had to point him out? See, I watch all this stuff. And I noticed that the grandmother, when she was on the stand too, she didn't do that. The mother didn't do that. Just something I wanted to point out. Let's get back to it. Everybody make sure you hit the likes. The likes is not adding up. The math is not adding up. Come on, let's get the math going. All right. Resume.
To the defendant? Approximately.
Prior to his arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to his arrest was 5 years, and after his arrest, it was probably another year or two before the divorce was final. Yes.
That Duval County.
Yes.
At one point, did you move to another residence at 528 Trout River Road?
Yes.
And when did that move take place?
In April 2018.
Who was living in the household during that early to mid portion of 2018?
Just myself, him, and our daughter.
And how old at that time approximately would your daughter have been?
She was 3 at that time.
Was that 528 Trout River address also Duval County?
Yes, sir.
And with respect to those were single family dwellings, correct?
Yes, sir.
And the jury's seen those, and we'll know any photographs. When you moved in April of 2018, at some point in time, either before or after that, did you become pregnant?
It was after.
All right, and approximately when did you become pregnant?
I was aware that I was pregnant in June 2018.
And throughout that point from June 2018 moving forward up until December 2019, that's just you and your family.
Yes.
And would you tell us who that they were?
You want their full names?
You can use the initials.
IS and SS.
And what, in general, would be the purpose of them coming over to assist, like specifically for what?
They would come and help assist with my daughter while I was at work, or just spend time with me.
All right, and because you mentioned your work, will you tell us at that time where you were working?
When we moved to the Trout River World, I started working at my current job where I am now,
Where's that?
at Citrus Transport.
And what do you do there?
I am a driver, recruiter, and coordinator.
And prior to when you took that job in 2018, what were you doing prior to that?
I was driving trucks.
Did that require you, on that first job, prior to becoming pregnant, you to be gone on the road or driving a certain period of time?
Yes, I typically took loads that would have me to start my morning just after 2 a.m.
Long days?
Yes.
And during that time period, when you were gone during those days, would you have your nieces come over and help with your daughter?
Yes.
Is there a time period where your then husband broke his leg?
Yes, he broke his femur.
And approximately when was that?
This was around August or September. It was August 2017.
All right. And was he incapacitated for some period from the middle or late 2017 moving forward?
He actually recovered quite quickly. He was down for about 2 months, and then around October 2017, he was cleared to go back to work.
All right. And just to encapsulate that whole period of time from mid-2017 all the way through 2018 in your pregnancy, were your nieces coming over to assist you, your family, your husband, or a combination thereof?
Yes.
When they would come over, would it typically be like weekends or would it be throughout the week? Could you explain like a general time period they would come over?
If it was during the summer, then it could be throughout the week as well as the weekend. And then during the school time, it was just during the weekend.
Now, was there another child that was also sometimes come just briefly with the initials of KM?
Yes.
And just in general, who is that?
That is their younger brother, my nephew.
And approximately how old was he at that time period, 2017, 2018, just in general?
At that time, I believe he was 8 or 9.
So would the nieces come with him as well at times?
At times, yes.
Would the nieces come just the two of them at times?
Yes.
Would SS ever come there alone?
She has come alone.
And what about IS? Would she come there and stay alone?
IS came along more often than SS.
Now, just in the first address in general on East 16th Street before you moved, will you give our jury an indication of where you recall SS and IS sleeping when they came over to your home?
They would sleep on the sofas in the living room.
And would they sleep on the couches or the sofas in the living room together?
Well, there were 2 separate full-size couches.
Now, again, during that time period, would you be gone during the evening hours?
There were many times more so it would be in the early morning because, like I said, I like to start my trip where I would wake around 2, and by 3 in the morning, most of the time I was gone.
Now, fast forwarding to the Trout River, April or so, 2018, move to that address. Where, if you would, describe our jury where they would sleep at that house?
We had an extra bedroom that would have been for my daughter, but since she didn't sleep in there, they would sleep in there.
All right, that was the next question. Where would your daughter sleep?
She would sleep on her mother's chest.
Now, with respect to IS, you mentioned she would come stay there alone, and you said more than SS. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Can you give our jury an understanding of approximately how often she was coming and staying alone?
It would be at least once a month.
And over that time period of 2017 and 2018, for a year and a half, would that be something that was happening every single month? She'd come over and stay by herself?
Yes, consistently.
So consistently?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Mobley, would she come as often as needed at your request?
It would be a combination of at my request and also at her asking.
And would the general purpose of her coming to stay in your home be to take care of you and or your daughter and or any other needs around the house?
It would mainly be to look after my daughter and to take that load off while I was at work.
And again, just so we're clear, once you were in second on the travel, you were also pregnant?
Yes, I found out that I was pregnant in June.
And was that an easy pregnancy for you?
No, neither of my pregnancies were easy.
So this sleazeball, he impregnates this 16-year-old girl and his wife. Now everybody's pregnant at the same time. This is crazy. See, I can't really say anything about what this ex-wife, because I don't know how much she knew, but it's just kind of odd. I have to listen to this, like I'm listening to this again with y'all, so I get a better picture of her. But this is just this is horrific. But I'll say one thing: when the brother came on the stand, I gotta give him so much respect. Finally, we find a family member who's not an enabler. I'm so sick and tired of these lunatics, these crazy, these psychos, these derelicts, dusties, and all of them. They have so many enablers. Their mama enable them, their father enable them, their brothers, their sisters. His brother was like, no, I'm not into hurting no women and children. He had to say something. And God bless him. I know that was hard for him, but he did the right thing. Thank God he did. God is going to bless him and his family. Resume.
You need the help on your knees.
Yes.
Did you continue to work from 2017 through 2018 even after you paid private?
Yes, I did until I was put on bed rest.
Looking back, so if you could tell us approximately, first with respect to SS, how often over that year and a half do you think she would be alone with the defendant?
I don't know how often she was alone for the time when I was away and she was at the house along with her sister. But anytime she came by herself, I would be gone. And again, I don't know how often my daughter was not in the same room as them. So.
And good evening, Overthoughts. Are you saying a year younger? So you're saying the sister was younger than IS? Oh my gosh. He's pure bona fide sick. I don't get it, ladies and gentlemen. What do people see in children? Children. All I see in children is innocence, the future. You just want to nurture them. You want to teach them, educate them so they can have a good life. That's just it. But you got so many sick people out here, and women too, just looking at children. Wow. All right, let's get back to it. And good evening, Overthoughts. Good evening. Good evening to everybody else who's coming here. And shout out to the people in bushes. Blessings to you. Just hit the like. Let's get back to it. Again, this is now it's ex-wife. At that time, they were married. Let's get it.
Oh.
And the same question, was your answer the same with respect to IS?
Yes, it will.
Did you ever find out or observe or see or have personal knowledge about how?
Yes, I found out that his primary way of communicating with them was via Snapchat.
What do you know about Snapchat if you do?
Well, what was made aware to me was that the messages in Snapchat would disappear on their own without you having to delete them.
All right. And I'm not asking you now looking back, but at that time, did that have caused you any concern or create any concern for you during that time?
At that time, it did not. I just figured that was their way of communicating with their uncle. They had my way of communicating with me and them. We were texters.
That was my next question. How specifically would you communicate electronically with SS and IS?
We would text.
How would you communicate with the defendant from 2017 to 2018?
We would text.
That exclusively?
Yes, I could not get into Snapchat. I tried it out for the little fun face features, but it was just, I didn't see the point.
Now, ma'am, was your then husband's phone number at that time 904-568-1617?
Yes.
Was there a time period where you learned that IS became pregnant?
Yes.
When did you learn of that information?
It was December 3rd, 2018.
Now, we've heard a lot about it, but just to ask you to summarize for us, in early of December 2018, was there some sort of family disagreement about that?
Yes, the family disagreement happened via text message that was sent by my older sister, and we had a group messaging that we would do, and the defendant, my then husband, was included in that texting stream, and my sister had stated that Jose was in fact Johnathan, and that Johnathan was the father of Iyana Sawyer, of IS's baby. And at that time, it was an extreme disagreement. I was highly upset of the accusation, and my words to them were very explicit. And I finished with, "You don't have to wait for the baby to be born. You can test him now."
How many total children does the defendant have?
He has 2 with me, 2 that I know of with another young lady, 1 that I know of with one in New York, and a possible.
Is that 5?
5 for sure and 1 possible.
Now this part kind of disturbed me a little bit. I'm going to have to rewind this part just a pinch. I'm trying to understand. Is she married to some man who got all these kids around here? And what's the kids' ages? So he was cheating on you and made babies with other women? And then now and messing with your nieces? This is what I'm trying to understand. See, my channel's all about dating smart and not thirsty. Okay? I use these things as teaching tools to help people, educate people to date smart, not thirsty. Because when you date thirsty, you're going to be a target of being used and abused. So I need to get a little clarity. Someone can give me clarity on this one? Let's rewind it. Let's just rewind this. Let me rewind this part. I want to hear what she's talking about. She's cackling kids. His kids, because she said she only had 2 of them. I caught that. But when did these other kids come about? And then she's talking like she don't even know who these kids are. So you're a stepmother. You're not engaging with these kids? What is he, a deadbeat dad? I hope you ain't laying down here with no deadbeat dad. I'm just saying. I look at everything. All right, let's get back to it. All right, I rewinded a little bit.
568-1617.
Yes.
Was there a time period where you learned that IS became pregnant?
Yes.
When did you learn of that information?
It was December 3rd, 2018.
Now, we've heard a lot about it, and just to sort of ask you to summarize for us, in early of December of 2018, was there some sort of family disagreement about that?
Yes, the family disagreement happened via text message that was sent by my older sister, and we had a group messaging that we would do, and the defendant, my then husband, was included in that texting stream, and my sister had stated that Jose was in fact Johnathan, and that Johnathan was the father of Iyana Sawyer, of IS's baby. And at that time, it was an extreme disagreement. I was highly upset of the accusation, and my words to them were very explicit. And I finished with, "You don't have to wait for the baby to be born. You can test him now."
How many total children does the defendant have?
He has 2 with me, 2 that I know of with another young lady, 1 that I know of with one in New York, and a possible.
Is that 5?
5 for sure.
What is a 5 possible? 2 with him, 2 with another lady, and then another one, I think, in New York, a possible. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is up with people like this? So what are their ages? I would like to know. Was this while y'all was married or before? If y'all been married for what somebody said, 7 years or so? Calculations. All right, let's get back to it.
And 1 possible.
What would you say you have observed about those 5 that you could tell us?
Well, every single one of his children look like him. And it seems, in my looking at them by age, that the closer they get to the age of my children that I have with him, the more they look like him.
Was that something that you either expressed or even in a judgment manner ever brought up with your ex-husband?
Absolutely. And we both have verbalized that multiple times.
568-1617.
Yes.
I know y'all getting a little disturbed with me, but I had to rewind it again because she said something. I have to catch it. I really need to know these kids' ages. I'm sorry. I just got to know. I'm very curious. Okay, let's get back to it. I have to rewind it again, so we're going to hear this part again. I'm sorry, and the replay watchers, I apologize. Okay? This is how I do it here. We're here to learn. We got to get everything. Now, let's resume.
Was there a time period where you learned that IS became pregnant?
Yes.
When did you learn of that information?
It was December 3rd, 2018.
Now, we've heard a lot about it, but just to sort of ask you to summarize for us, in early of December 2018, was there some sort of family disagreement about that?
Yes, the family disagreement happened via text message that was sent by my older sister, and we had a group messaging that we would do, and the defendant, my then husband, was included in that text stream, and my sister had stated that Jose was in fact Johnathan, and that Johnathan was the father of Iyana Sawyer, of IS's baby. And at that time, it was an extreme disagreement. I was highly upset of the accusation, and my words to them were very explicit. And I finished with, "You don't have to wait for the baby to be born. You can test him now."
How many total children does the defendant have?
See, like she was protecting her man. Not her man. He didn't do it. Y'all lying. Y'all lying. Wow. Whew, I know they don't want to speak to. I don't know if they have a relationship anymore, but she said some harsh words. Okay. Michelle says families have enough trouble getting along. Bingo. And you throw all of this in the mix. It's going to be a miracle if they get together at anyone's house. Yeah, I think it's done. I think that whole relationship, whole family relationship is done. And especially if she was sitting there talking about, "Oh, he didn't do it. Just do the test now. Do the test now." Yep. He probably wasn't crap when you was dating him. He probably was cheating on you, doing you wrong, doing you dirty. But us women, we get like this, get thirsty. Guys, you know, this little sleazeball with the slick hair, you know, kicking this game and stuff, and she's like, and then she marries him. Oh my gosh. All right, let me get back to it, because I want to hear what he said about these kids' ages. Make sure everybody hit the like.
He has 2 with me, 2 that I know of with another young lady, 1 that I know of with one in New York, and a possible.
Is that 5?
5 for sure, and 1 possible.
I listened to these key words. You heard what she said, young lady. So I guess he got some young girl pregnant. You notice how she's saying young lady. All right. All right, resume. She found out in July, IS, the one he killed. Oh, okay. Let's get back to it.
You say you have observed about those 5 that you can tell us.
Well, every single one of his children look like him. And it seems, in my looking at them by age, that the closer they get to the age of my children that I have with him, the more they look like him.
Is that something that you either express?
Of mine. Okay, she said the closer they get to the age of my children, they look more. So he was cheating on you. Do I have it right? Help me in the chat. Do I have it right? Is that what I'm getting? The closer they get to my kids' age, they look like him. Oh, your man wasn't crap. Please, y'all tell me in the chat. Let me know. Oh, wow. And you kept him. If this is what I think it is, so he was just cheating on you like crazy and making babies. And you're so surprised with him messing with your niece? Woo! If this is the case, then let's get back to it. The math is not matching. Let's get these likes up. This is something else tonight. This is insane. Okay, resume.
Or even in a judgment manner ever brought up with your ex-husband?
Absolutely. And we both have verbalized that multiple times.
Now, when this family disagreement broke out through text message as a group in early 2018, what, if anything, did you do thereafter with respect to what you told the defendant?
I told him at that time that he needed to stop speaking with my nieces and he needs to give my family space. I said that it looks really bad and he needs to distance himself.
Would you have told him that early December 2018?
It was on the same day that text happened, which was December 6, 2018.
And would you agree, ma'am, the members of that group text were all of your sisters?
Yes, and also the defendant.
And so we're clear, you're one of 5 sisters.
Yes, I am. I'm the middle.
Were all of them on that text?
Yes.
Did the defendant no longer see your nieces, did he stop seeing them?
He told me from his mouth that he absolutely would stop talking, speaking, Snapchatting, texting, any form of smoke signaling to my nieces.
Did you learn thereafter whether or not he stopped speaking and or communicating?
I learned after that he did, in fact, continue speaking with them.
Did you learn that through either family functions, talking with your sisters, things of that nature?
Yes, it was, and speaking with my sisters.
Did that upset you?
It did.
Now, ma'am, did you have an Amazon account?
Yes,
Right. And who, first of all, let's talk about that. Did you set that Amazon account up yourself?
yes.
And who was authorized to use that Amazon account?
Myself and the defendant.
Was this Amazon account password protected?
Yes.
Did you ever share that password with anyone to your knowledge at all?
No.
Did you order items off of it?
Yes.
Did you monitor it on a daily and or monthly basis?
No.
Did you monitor it and look at your statement over time as items came in?
No.
Have you had a chance to look back now, as you testified today, at items that were ordered on your Amazon account that showed up on your Wells Fargo bank account?
Yes.
And I want to now approach and show you what's remarked in States Exhibit 58 and 59. Ask if you recognize these exhibits. We'll start with the Wells Fargo banking statement, which is States 59. Do you recognize that, ma'am?
Yes.
What do you recognize it to be?
Our joint banking account.
And whose name is on that account?
Mine and also the defendant's.
Is there any other name that would be on that account?
No.
Do items appear on your bank statement that came from your Amazon account?
Yes.
All right. And now directing your attention to, I'll remove all the pages in the exhibit and ask you to look at page 2. And direct your attention specifically, ma'am, to an October 5 purchase. Who was that from?
It was Amazon. It was actually purchased on October 4th, and it processed in my bank account on October 5th.
And what was the amount of that purchase?
$8.52.
Was there a second purchase from Amazon shortly thereafter on October 10th from Amazon at the bottom of that statement?
Yes. Again, the purchase was on 10/07, and it cleared my bank account on 10/10.
And what was that amount?
$11.16.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I want to show you what's been marked as States Exhibit 58. Do you recognize this, ma'am?
I do.
What do you recognize this to be?
This is a screenshot that I sent to Detective Abbott.
And what do each of these two screenshots on this exhibit represent?
One shows a purchase made on October 7th, and the other shows a purchase made on October 4th.
And what specific account screen or screenshot are we looking at?
This is a screenshot that I sent of Amazon.com of a receipt of a purchase, the purchase final details.
All right. And first, let's talk about the one on the left. What was the purchase for the one on the left?
It is Nature's Way Don Quay root.
And if you can you tell us the amount of that purchase on your Amazon account of the Don Quay?
Don Quay, I'm sorry, $11.16.
Does that match on page 2 the exact amount of the charge to your bank statement, $11.16?
Yes, it does.
Will you look now to the right of the exhibit in front of you and tell us what the Amazon account reflects as a purchase in that account?
Solargy parsley capsules,
And on your Amazon account, what were you charged?
$8.52.
Magnetic 777, I agree with you. It's hard to believe that she didn't suspect that he would do something to them. Because if I heard it right, I don't know if I got up to the comments, but she said kids get to her kid's age. So that means he was cheating on you. 3 kid? Oh gosh, I need clarity on this one so much. You had to know that your man wasn't crap. Oh boy, I just don't get this in the dating. Oh my gosh. When you over like 25, 30 and over, come on, you gotta get it together. I mean, we all make mistakes in dating. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. We all make mistakes, but the stuff that we be hearing on these trials, the red flags is all over. It's there. But just people want to refuse to pay attention to them. They just have to have anybody. Oh, the person's so cute. Oh my gosh. This little slick wavy head dude came into it. Oh boy. All right, let's get back to it.
Does that also exactly to the penny reflect what's on your Wells Fargo banking statement?
Yes, it does.
Ma'am, with respect to Parsley and respect to Don Quay, have you ever, in the entire time period that your account with Amazon existed, have you ever ordered Parsley and or Don Quay on that account?
No.
Is the only other person authorized to use that account your ex-husband?
Yes.
Did you ever find either Don Quay or Parsley anywhere at your home at any point in time?
No.
Now, when you made specific purchases on your Amazon account, did you do that on either a laptop or a phone or both?
Both.
Did you ever share your password with anyone?
No.
Did the defendant have access to the Amazon account?
Yes.
You ever caught your nieces or a nephew or anyone in your family ever ordering something that you did not authorize on your Amazon account?
Never have.
Did you ever receive any kind of package at your home that indicated it was some type of supplement like this that you did not order and send it away?
No.
Had you ordered something like this and seen it, would that have surprised you?
Absolutely.
And the jury's heard where it was later found. Did you yourself ever give your nieces either Parsley or Don Quay?
No.
Now, ma'am, I want to talk to you a little bit about cars in your family. You give us just a general summary of who drove what at that time period?
Time period in which
December 2008.
I drove, well, when I was working, because December 18th was when I was put on bed rest, I drove a Buick Lucerne, and he would drive the red minivan, the Chrysler,
When you say he, you mean the defendant?
the defendant.
When you say red minivan, have you had an opportunity to review the surveillance video that from the exhibition partner in the time period of December 19, December 20 of 2018?
Yes, I have.
Have you identified and agreed that the vehicle that we see the defendant driving is the one he drove?
Yes, I did.
Is that the vehicle that he drove on a daily basis?
Yes, it is.
Did you also have other vehicles in your home and or your driveway or your premises?
Yes, we did.
Tell us about those two.
We had a Dodge Durango and also a Dodge Intrepid.
Who drove those?
The Dodge Intrepid was broke down and being brought back to life, and the Dodge Durango, he would drive.
Right. Did you make a demand about the number of vehicles that your family was in possession of during that time period?
Yes, I did.
Tell us about that.
I said our house, our yard looked like a parking lot, and I told him to get rid of some of the vehicles.
Do you know the best you can approximately when you told me that?
It would have been late December
Of 2008?
of 2018, I'm sorry.
Did he act on that request?
Yes,
Overthoughts, help me here. What are you talking about here? He was mad his son was hitting on one of the nieces? Is that the other guy's name that they were mentioning? That he was jealous of? That she was messing with some other boy? This is crazy. This whole thing is just totally crazy. I don't see how this family is going to be able to get back together. I really don't see it. Overthoughts, help me out. What do you mean? What are you saying there? All right, let's get back to it.
he did.
What vehicle did he choose to sell once you made that request?
The Chrysler minivan.
The red one?
Yes.
Is that the vehicle he drove on a daily basis?
Yes, it was.
Did that leave him with the two Dodges left to drive?
Yes, it did. Well, one Dodge because one was broke down.
Right. And did the second Dodge even have enough room for your family when you went places?
If it were just he and myself and our daughter, then we could fit. But otherwise, if we had the nieces and nephews, no, it was only 2 seats in the front and 3 seats in the back.
Were there time periods when you all would go out routinely as a group, including your nieces and nephews?
Yes.
And yet he still chose to sell the red van?
Yes.
How soon did he sell it?
Rather quickly.
Did he sell it in the latter part of the month of December 2018?
Yes.
Shortly after the Christmas holiday?
Yes.
Now, man, I want to briefly ask you about cooking in your home. Will you describe sort of mainly focusing on when the nieces came over, who generally was responsible for that?
Well, he was the cook. 95% of the meals that came through our house were cooked by him. And when my nieces came over, well, in the Trout River house especially, I noticed that he would cook 2 meals.
And did you take note of who he was cooking the second meal for?
He would always ask the kids as a whole.
Another form of grooming. The uncle can cook. And she said he was the cook. Didn't he say something in the text message or something? I'll cook you a meal or somewhere I've heard that. Yeah, that was one of his little charms. Oh, he is going in a handbasket. This man is sick. This is a sick, low-life monster. with your ugly tattoos all over you. Just look at this lowlife piece of crap. This is another one. Should have never been born. Mommy and Daddy laid down and they had a sleazeball. Alright, let's get back to it.
What they wanted, and they would always announce what they wanted. But the meals that always won were the meals that IS would say.
Did you ever know your then husband, your ex-husband, to pick up IS and or SS from Terry Parker High School?
Yes, when his son Jaco was attending Terry Parker High School, he would pick the three of them up.
And what vehicle would he do that in?
In the van.
The red minivan?
Yes.
Did he ever take him to other places in that red minivan that you're aware of?
Yes, they went places all the time. They would especially go to the beach.
And looking back now, do you have any recollection of whether the defendant had alone time outside the home with IS, and if so, explain?
Well, he had a lot of alone time outside of the house with IS because she was in the process of getting her driver's license. And so he took her to get the mandatory hours. I'm not sure how many hours it was. I believe it's 10 hours or something along those lines that they require you to have in order to go from having a permit to having an actual license. And he was the person who took her in order to get those hours.
When he went with her driving to get her hours, would he do that alone?
Yes, he would.
Did you ever?
No.
Now, for the record, ma'am, your ex-husband's date of birth, April 18, 1985.
Yes.
Now, when the family learned that IS was pregnant, I guess more the earlier part of December 2018, was the defendant upset about that?
Yes, he was.
Explain that.
He was upset because of our reactions to her being pregnant. As I said, he was on the group chat. Initially, he was just in shock with me and my telling him. But initially, we were also in shock, and our messages reflected that. But as the shock settled, we began to celebrate the fact that there would be a baby coming. And so that's when I noticed that he was upset because his attitude was, her life is ruined. And I knew his stance on abortion because he had mentioned it to me many a times. And I reiterated to him, our family does not have that stance on abortion. It is not the baby's fault. She will be fine, and we are celebrating. He was very much upset at the fact that we were happy that the baby was coming.
And ma'am, when the family made the decision for her to give birth, could you describe what your eyes saw and or your ears heard that made you notice he was upset about IS keeping that baby?
Amber, let's just put it out on the carpet. Let's just call it out that it is. When I first seen him, that's the first thing came to my mind. They fell for him because of his like Rico suave. That's what it is. That's what it was. That little slick hair, wavy hair, pretty boy looking. Remember, the devil comes in pretty packages. Who cares about his looks? He's sick, MF, and the red flags were definitely there. There's usually always red flags, but a lot of people just want to deny it. They don't want to face it. They just want to sweep it up under the rug. Because if you tell me all together all that time and he made all these kids, he was just cheating on you like crazy, making these kids. I mean, I could be wrong, but I really like to know the ages of kids. But it sounds like that's what you said. Wow, 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 wow. And extra wow. Resume.
It was the words and also the demeanor. This will mess up her life. She has a future because we all saw her as the first president. We saw her as a lawyer or judge. We saw many things that she had the potential to be, and we verbalized those things for years. And his idea, his thought was, his words were, this is just going to ruin her future.
Now, I want to ask you now, once she went missing, December 19th, 2018, what, if anything, did you notice was unusual about him, specifically just him, after she went missing?
There was a change in his behavior after she went missing. Prior to that, he was fidgety and nervous and always speaking about the fact that he could not get a hold of his brother. He was restless. After she went missing, then he slept like a baby. And I'm aware of this because I was very pregnant and I was up every hour on the hour to go to the bathroom as he slept like a baby.
There he go. There he go. I can't stand these type of dudes. You destroyed a whole family. Messing with these young teenage girls. And impregnated one. You was mad because she's having a baby and then you killed her. Sending her these sick, twisted Snapchat messages. Have the nerve to tell her she's cheating on you? Oh my gosh. I can't even believe those messages today. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this happens so often. There's so many of these low-life craps like him walking around. Mr. Cook. Ooh, Uncle Jonathan's cooking. Ooh, everybody's coming over. You heard when the grandmother said on the stand? How she said, hugged, it was like, I don't hug like that. Only my husband I would hug. And when the grandma seen him hugging and he jumped, he flinched. This is really sad. This story really is sad. Really is. Well, at least they got him, cause he was gonna do it again. And then you're talking like it's nothing with the informants. What do you call them? Whatever, the guys who had the wire and stuff, like it's nothing. Describing their private parts. Oh my gosh, you just a sicko. You're going in a handbasket, sir. You're going in a handbasket. Resume.
Tim, I now want to ask you a few questions and approach and show you what has been entered into evidence and marked as your states 31 and or 32. First, ma'am, we'll look at states 32. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
That is the layout of Ace Pick Park.
All right. And would this be the entrance to Ace Pickett Park up near the top of States 32?
Yes, it is.
All right. Is this area what's been described in this trial sort of the old cement factory area?
Yes, it is.
All right, ma'am, at the top where I'm holding my finger, where you pull into Ace Pickett Park, do you agree with, I think we've all seen the photographs where my finger is, that when you drive in, most employees turn left to go to the employee parking?
After the railroad tracks, you turn left, yes.
What if you go straight?
Then you would be going back to that cement area.
Right. Were there times, ma'am, and leading up to when she went missing, that you would go to Ace Pickett Park yourself for various reasons?
Yes, I would.
And would you go, for example, to see the defendant there for lunch?
Yes, I would bring him lunch occasionally.
Now, when you drive into Ace Pickett Park and drive over the train tracks, did you ever go straight and your eyes see the defendant over here with the...
He had a wife that comes to the workplace and brings him lunch. Gentlemen, if you were a woman who does stuff like that for you, let me let you know she loves you. She really does. She makes your lunch and everything, pack it up for you to take to work or come by. Yeah, she loves you. But no, he was too much into her nieces. Nasty sleazeball.
cement area?
Yes, I met him in that area often.
Did you ever notice whether there was a closed gate there?
There was not at the time.
And had you been there several times?
Yes.
Have you driven back there yourself to meet your husband?
Yes, I have. I've driven back there and I have parked and I have sat and I have watched him work and waited for him to get off the clock and come to me.
Have you seen him, and I'm circling with my finger this entire cement area, have your eyes seen him work in that area?
Yes, I have.
Where else would you, if you have, would you say that you've seen the defendant work at Ace Pickett Park?
Yes, and go over the road, let's take a left, come all the way down to where the dead end is. There's actually a gate right there and I would hand him food through the gate.
Am I pointing at it?
Yes, you are.
So ma'am, to orient our jury, if you're facing Ace Pickett Park, is this the far left of Ace Pickett Park?
Yes, it is.
So the two places that you see him working routinely are the far right, where the cement factory is, or the far left, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Ma'am? While I'm up here, ma'am, taking a trip back, do you recall whether your husband would go shoot his firearm at Gun Gallery on Beach Boulevard?
Yes, he would.
Right. Would he do that often?
Yes, oftentimes we went together.
You've been there yourself?
Yes, I have.
And when you go there, do you have to sign in on a sign-in sheet?
Yes, you do.
Would the defendant take his own firearm when he went to shoot his weapon?
Yes, he would.
Was that a handgun?
It was.
Was that the 9mm Ruger?
Yes, it was.
And when you go there with him, would he have to sign in on a sign-in sheet?
Yes.
I'm now showing you what's been marked in State's Exhibit 39. You recognize that man?
The sign-in sheet with his printed name and also his signature.
All right. What's the date on the top of that sign-in sheet?
December 20th,
Of what year?
2018.
I want you to look closely on the far right under line 10. First and foremost, do we see his printed name?
Yes, we do.
Do we see his signature next to that?
Yes, we do.
Would you read on line 10, what it says next to line 10?
Johnathan J. Quiles.
And what's the significance? What do you notice about that in particular? Does he normally put his middle initial?
Yes, he normally would put his middle initial whenever he printed out his whole name.
All right. And look closely, if you can, at the signature. I want you to look at the jury and tell them, is that your husband's signature on this form?
Yes, it is.
And just briefly, ma'am, you have an opportunity prior to trial to look at State's Exhibit 31, which is all the surveillance video was captured of the defendant on December 19, 2008 to December 20, 2008.
Yes, I have.
Each of those clips that you reviewed on that exhibit, your ex-husband.
Yes, it was.
Did your ex-husband have a gun cleaning kit?
Yes, he did.
Your eyes actually saw that, ma'am?
Yes, I did. And he explained to me why he bought it too.
Is your sister Jametta Mobley's phone number 904-450-0955?
Yes, I do recall that being her number.
All right. And probably one of the last things, ma'am,
Blessings and good evening, and thank you, Regina. Thank you, thank you. Let's get back to it.
I ask you is this. Geolocation services that tell couples where they each are, did you and your husband share that particular device on your phones?
Yes, faithfully.
Simple, more easy way to put it, did y'all share location data?
Yes, we did.
Did you have it on all the time?
Yes, we both did.
Did it remain on at all times?
Yes, it did.
If it ever turned off, would that be unusual?
Yes, it would.
With respect to the defendant?
Yes, it would. The defendant and myself.
Now, ma'am, would there come a time after he was arrested that well, let me ask you this way. Did you keep talking to your then husband after he was arrested?
Yes, I did.
Was there a time period where you decided to call him and ask him whether this stuff was true?
Well, he called me.
He had you from the jail?
Yes.
Tell us about that conversation.
There was a time period because things were building up so much. And the point came where he fed me an explanation as to our wash machine and his DNA.
You talk about the underwear?
Yes, he tried to give me an explanation as to how his DNA could possibly get in my niece's underwear via our wash machine. After he told me that,
Magnetic says, the teenagers these days are exposed to adult content, exactly, and situations and how they're trying to teach it in elementary school, exactly. This man's a monster, man. Do you know, these, wow. All these sickos need to be put on a planet and just let them all just dispose of themselves. Just get away from us. Get away from the children. Resume.
I then asked him, tell me the truth. What happened? Tell me the truth.
What was his response?
His response to me was, I want to tell you the truth, but the people listening will take it the wrong way.
From that point forward, ma'am, did you begin the process of leaving?
Everything in me at that moment let go. I immediately, after that conversation, went to God regarding my vows, praying that I honored my part in my vows as his wife, because from that moment on, I explained in my prayer that I could not stand by him still and look at myself in the mirror because I no longer believed them.
Thank you, ma'am. Your Honor, one moment.
Ooh, she mad. Did you see that look that she gave? It looked like she was looking directly at him. But I mean, yeah. All right, let's talk about this, okay? Of course, with the nieces and everything, that's completely wrong. For their children, they underage. Well, you didn't have that fire when he was just cheating on you like that and making these kids. If I have it right. See what I'm talking about? Ladies, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And teach My children's self-defense class, self-defense all the time. Exactly. We have to teach them that. I would have saw right through him. It's always written on their face. Yes, it is. Let's get back to it. You might have a point. What Michelle says. It kind of sounds like she might have been a little scared of JQ. I don't get those vibes. But thank you for sharing that. We don't know. But I definitely get one vibe is he's a sleazeball, and the signs was there. The signs was there when y'all was dating before you got married. It was there. Because if those kids are younger, those 3 other kids, 2 from one woman and 1 possible. What is this possible? What is that? What is that? I never heard of that one. But okay, that's what she said. 1 possible. So that's 3 kids. So y'all was together and he made these 3 kids? Or before you? But I think they was after you. I really do think they was after you. Alright. I know you like, Donna, why you keep bringing it up? Because you learn from it. That's why. We have to learn. We're learning here. This is a teaching channel. We're learning. Learning to date smart, not thirsty. Okay? That's why I talk about these things. And that's why I get in more into the relationships of what's happening. How did people meet? How did this all happen? Oh boy, let's get back to it.
Was there a time period in December where his hair changed, his hairstyle?
Well, he would go from braids to no braids. I know at the beginning of December, I had braided his hair, and later in December, I took the braids down. So he would go from having braids to more so wearing his hair in a ponytail like now.
Would that have been December 2018?
Now, nobody come and attack me for what I'm going to say. And it's not all cases. But a lot of these type of dudes, let's bring it up here. No, let's bring this one up because he loved to smile in the courtroom, don't he? They just love to get women to braid their hair. That's a little charm thing that they have. Lure men. Braiding their hair. Look at them. Why are you smiling? Why are you so happy? You come into court like this. Monster. Alright, let's get back to it.
Yes, December 2018.
And then if you can remember, estimate when Jacob moved into your home. When did that happen?
I believe it was August 2018. It was before the new school year. I believe it was August 2018.
Now, on December 19, 2018, the day IS went missing, do you remember anything about that particular day?
Yes, I remember reaching out to the defendant and telling him my niece did not come home from school. And
that day, was it your recollection whether he came home at any point in time during that?
no, he did not come home that day. He actually came home later than usual that day as well.
And do you know whether on that particular day, looking back, his location data had been turned on? The record shows, I'm asking what you recall about.
I found out later at a time in 2019 when my sisters all came over to the apartment that I had moved to where we were trying to figure out a place that we saw her on the video to Ace pick apart. And so I had no way of knowing, but then I remembered that we have our Google location on. So I said, if anything, let me go and look at the Google location for our accounts. And at that time, I realized that the Google location for my then husband had been erased all the way up until December 20th, 2018, when suddenly it reappeared.
And lastly, did the police later come collect a firearm from your home?
Yes, they did.
That kept in a closet?
Yes, it was.
Is that where the defendant kept it?
Yes, it was.
Was it up on the top tier, on the upper shelf of the closet?
Yes, it was.
Present when they came and retrieved it?
Yes, I was.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
Body ghost. He said pregnancy, and good evening, glad to have you here. He said pregnancy will ruin her life, so killing her won't. Creep. Well said. Back to it.
It's okay. They'll get you a new one. Mr. Skinner broke it.
All right, if we could start out. Thank you so much. All right, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so if we could.
I had on mute and I'm sitting here talking to myself. I guess y'all ain't hear nothing I said. Never mind. But Taylor, you said, I don't know if I respond to you, said, was he messing with both nieces? Yes, he was. He was messing with both. But what I was saying real quick is, when you've been with somebody for a long time, you should know your man. And gentlemen, you should know your woman. You should know. But a lot of people know, but they don't want to face it. They just want to sweep it up under the rug. Because they don't want to be by themselves. They got to have that wood stick. And the men got to have their cookies. Yeah, I said it. Let's get back to it.
Start out, could you tell us about the layout of your house that was located on 16th Street?
Yes. If you walk in from the actual front door, you want me to walk through it?
That's fine. Go ahead, just give me the basic kind of layout of how many rooms it was, and if you want to walk through and tell me, that's fine.
Okay. Well, there was a front porch. There's a living room. There's a dining room that was split between the kitchen and the living room, and there was a hall that gave access to the bathroom. And also, at the time that we were there, it would have been 2 bedrooms, but we converted it to one big master bedroom.
Okay, and so you had that one large room that you, Mr. Quiles, and your daughter were all sleeping in, correct?
That's correct.
And then
Okay, this is a cross-examiner. Let me read what Amber have to say. Spending way too much time with her nieces seemed like more than she did. That's definitely doesn't look or sound right, in my opinion. Red flag. Why is he spending so much time with the nieces? That's not a red flag to you? Really? Just saying. We all sharing our thoughts and opinions, ladies and gentlemen. This is all our thoughts and opinions. But we got one thing we all have in common is he's a sleazeball and he's done. He's going to prison. He shall never be able to walk the streets again and touch another child again. But he definitely destroyed this family. This family, I don't see no repair. It's just done. It's done. All right, let's back to it.
the only other main room that you all had besides the kitchen and things like that was that living room. Is that correct?
The living room.
And those were in pretty close proximity to each other, correct?
Yes, there was a hall that separated them.
As far as like, hey, I'm sitting in the bedroom would you be able to hear what's going on outside in that living room area if people are watching TV or something along those lines?
It depends if they're watching TV loudly. We had a lot of get-togethers in that house, and we were able to, in our master bedroom, watch TV on that screen and also have video games going on in the front room, and they wouldn't interrupt each other.
Understood. If you had that door open,
Taylor, you're not by yourself. I'm catching up too. But I was doing a lot of catching up too, and I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I was like, I had to bring this, I had to put out, because I need y'all to help me out too. We all need clarity. Alrighty. Michelle said, Donna, I wonder how many in the chat know someone in their family or friends who mess with minors. I think most of us do. Poll. Okay, you want me to do a poll? Hold a second, let me see this again. Donna, I wonder how many in the chat know someone who in their family or friends who mess with minors. I think most of us do.
Ain't nobody in my crew.
Hold a second, Jack. I don't think they can hear you. That's my co-host, the real Jack Newtown. Yes. Okay, what you was gonna say again?
I said there's no one in my crew that mess with minors. We find out, we stomping them out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Same over here. They gotta go. Oh boy. Let's get back to it.
and would you be able to hear if people were talking and having conversation? Would you be able to at least hear some rumbling of conversation outside of your room?
If I were paying attention, I could.
Thank you. All right, you said that Mr. Quiles broke his femur. I believe it was I think you said August or September of 2017, correct?
That is correct.
And you said he was pretty much back up on his feet around October, sometime in October, correct?
It wasn't 2017, it was 2018 that he broke his femur. No, it wasn't. It was 2017. It was 2017. I was pregnant in 2018. So yes, that's correct.
All right, thank you so much. And I know the dates can get mixed up. So it, in fact, was October of 2017 that you believe he got back up on his feet pretty much sometime in that month.
That was when he was cleared to go back to work.
Okay. During that time period when he was injured, he was pretty much immobile before he got back on his feet, correct?
He had crutches to use, but immobile, he was very resilient. And even the doctor said that his healing was faster than they had ever seen. So I've never actually seen him incapable of moving.
Okay. And maybe immobile is the wrong word, but he was not moving around like he normally would while he had that injury, correct?
He had a limp.
Okay, thank you. During that time period when he broke his femur, there were people coming and taking care of him at the house from time to time, correct?
Correct.
And that was to help him get to get items for him and things like that because he was having a little bit of difficulty moving around, correct?
It was actually to take the pressure off of him because I was working and our daughter was there. So it was to help take the load off of him of having to run after a toddler.
During that time period were your nieces part of that group of people who were helping to take care of your daughter and doing whatever else needed to be done around the house?
My nieces were the primary. They weren't part of it. There was no one else that came over to help him except my nieces.
So that time period that we're talking about, September, October, or I guess August through October, your two nieces that you described, IS and SS, were at your house quite a bit helping to take care of things around the house.
Yes.
When he did get back up on his feet, did he go back to work? And specifically, was he working for Sky Towing at that time?
I don't remember which company he was working for. He had several jobs.
And whatever work you can recall him having after that time period, did that require him to work away from the home?
He was never away from the home overnight, but he had to go out just like anyone else at a job, and then he returned.
And would that require him to be gone for most of the day?
When he was at the towing, he was gone during the day, and then when he worked at a contractor, he was gone for most of the day, and there was a physical part, he was also gone. I mean, like a typical 9 to 5.
Okay. And does he sometimes, of course, work later hours?
Late and compared to what, 9 to 5?
Yes, ma'am. And later than the typical 9 to 5. Did he go into work early, like 8? Did he come home 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night from time to time?
It depends on which job you're referring to.
In general. I just mean in general.
While at Ace Pick Apart, they were pretty much set on their time. And then at the contractor place, that boss pretty much cut them around the same time. And with towing, that would be the only one that would have sporadic where he had to be on call, sometimes for runs that might have been an emergency that he had to go out of town and recover a vehicle and bring it back.
Right. I want to talk to you about your Amazon account and then kind of go on to some other things. The Amazon account, we talked about that. I heard what you testified to as far as your memory of ever having ordered something. You don't recall ever ordering Don Quay or parsley on your Amazon account.
I never ordered Don Quay or parsley on my Amazon account.
And the dates that you provided and looked at on your own Amazon account, that was in October of 2017, correct?
That is correct.
And I believe it was, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it was like the 4th and the 7th, right, the very beginning of October, correct?
Yes, it was the beginning.
That would have been the same time period that your nieces were at your house quite a bit, correct?
Correct.
And you stated that you personally would purchase items on Amazon on your phone or on your laptop, correct?
That's correct.
And that laptop that you had was in your home, correct?
That is correct.
And that laptop, there were several people who had access to that laptop, correct?
Yes, it was there at the home. So if you want to pick it up, you can pick it up.
And your nieces, in fact, you knew them to use that laptop on a regular basis.
They like to play video games like most teenagers like to play video games.
And as far as them being on there, when you would order on Amazon, would you sign in every time you went to Amazon, or was that something that was just saved on your laptop?
No, you have to sign in.
Okay, and you said you never provided anyone with your password,
No.
including Mr. Quiles.
Of course, he had the password. He was my husband.
Okay, you don't know if anybody else had access to it or had that password, correct?
Not by my doing.
Okay, so it's possible.
All right, Cox brought up some. Wife doesn't seem timid to me. Remember, Dinkins' girlfriend Andrea was timid. Yeah, they two different styles. But I will say one thing about that trifling Andrea. She knew what was happening. She know her man. See, there we go back to again. You should know your man. And men, you should know your woman. Okay? Andrews with that ham hock for 6 years? Get out of here. You knew. This is another one. They want to protect their man. Y'all need to just get on the episode for my man. This is ridiculous. Resume.
Possible that someone else would have had that password. You just personally don't recall ever giving it to anybody.
If he gave access, then that's a question for you to ask him.
And the question is simply, you don't recall ever giving it to anyone, but it's possible.
I did state that. I do not recall.
And it's completely normal to do that, but if you could let me finish the question, that way the record's clear. I will try my best not to overtalk you. If we could do the same, that would be appreciated. All right, let me go back. Let me go back to the time period. Were you aware of a time period where IS was sexually assaulted by their neighbor? I think he lived across the street.
Yes.
Okay. And was that person known to you as Kamar Humphrey?
I believe that's his name.
You didn't know him personally or never had met him, correct?
No.
Okay. Only thing you knew was that there was this sexual battery that happened around March of 2018, correct?
Yes.
Okay. During that time period, were allegations raised of there being some sort of sexual relationship between Mr. Quiles and IS?
Following Kamar, yes.
I'm sorry, I was answering your question following Kamar, yes. Your response to that is?
Yes.
Okay. At that time, in March of 2018, when those allegations came out,
It came from my family.
did Jametta express agreement about those accusations?
They never came to me directly.
When you learned of those accusations, did you confront IS or SS or both about any sort of sexual relationship between Mr. Quiles and them?
I asked them at the Trout River location if there had been any type of inappropriate anything. I asked them both together at a time when he was not around because I didn't want any issue to be of feeling discomfort in the event that he was around, and the answer was yes. So I asked them both together.
And there was no sort of admission from either of them at that point, correct?
No, there was not.
In fact, they said vehemently that never happened.
That is correct.
In fact, if there was any inclination whatsoever from them that something had been going on, you would not have stayed with Mr. Quiles, fair?
I would have took myself and my daughter, and I would have left him.
Around that same time period, do you recall there being a falling out between your sister Jametta and Mr. Quiles?
There was a falling out that was happening all the way around with my family around that time period.
After that accusation came out and you got your assurances from your nieces as to nothing having been going on between them and Mr. Quiles, did IS and SS continue to come to your house?
Yes.
Was that at your request?
No, it was mine. It was if they texted and asked if they could come over, I would tell them to ask their mother, and oftentimes they would text and ask if they could come over.
And that was going to be my next question. Did they do that with their mother's permission, come over to your house?
I would never get
Michelle, which one are you talking about? Oh, Donna, I love your adult stories. Watched last week. Well done. Which one are you talking? You talking about the animation or something else? Let me know, Michelle. I'm very curious. And everybody, feel free to check out my animation. I have an awesome animation playlist. It's all dating, love, relationships, toxic relationships. It's crazy. And you learn from it too. Even though they stories, but this stuff happens. And I do, I try to teach people in the Dating Smart Not Thursday, I do different tools. I use animation, I use crime stories, I use trials, and et cetera, et cetera. All right, let's get back to this.
any of my nieces or nephews without their parents' permission.
So is it your assertion right now today that every time that IS and SS would come over to your house, you were aware of it and your sister Kimberly Mobley was also aware of that?
That is if it happened under my say-so. Now, what happened while I was at work, I can't attest to.
Okay. And let me ask you about that time period when you were working. How long were you working where you were away from the home overnight?
That was in the East 16th house in 2017. and I worked that job. I don't remember how long it was. I know it was past the time of him healing, and I moved out of that job because the tractor that we owned broke.
Okay. And during that time period, you said you were taking jobs. You would leave like 3 o'clock in the morning. You'd be gone.
Oh, well, I had another job after our truck broke to where I was driving as a yard jockey for a company, and I started my shift around 2:30 in the afternoon, and I would finish anywhere around 12 midnight and 2 in the morning. And those were periods of times where my nieces, the girls would come over and they would help out.
Okay.
Sugar Love, good evening and blessings. Got you over here again, girl. Thanks for being here. Let's get back to it.
Would you like the dates for that time period?
Sure. If you know the exact dates and you can recall, that's fine.
That was after Christmas, the beginning of 2018, up until I started my new job in April 2018.
All right. So I want to ask you about, I'm going to fast forward just a little bit to December 6th. And that was the date that you testified on direct about there being an accusation, once you found out that IS was pregnant, that Johnathan Quiles was Jose and the father of IS's baby.
That is correct.
And that was December 6th, 2018, correct?
That is correct.
At that date and time, accusations or allegations that Mr. Quiles was Jose was happening right then and there.
Yes, at that time. That is the first time that I saw.
And that was 2 weeks so before IS went missing.
Yes.
Did you again confront and ask IS and or SS about that specific allegation?
We found out that they were pregnant, that she was pregnant December 3rd. IS and SS, they never stayed at our house again past November 2018. So at that time, there was no need for me to reach out and ask again because they were no longer coming and staying at our house at that time. When I told
Okay, Body Ghost says, some insecure women know they're men, but are too worried about losing the piece of the children's welfare should always override their insecurities. Bingo. Well said. Half of these stories I do, it's just always these women with these low self-esteem. Just gotta have the wood. Men over here, they get so caught up with the big booty and a smile, big breast Belinda, big booty Jane, and they just lose it. Then they realize later, oh my God, I was laying down with the devil. Let's get back to it.
him to stop communicating. Of course, they weren't at our house at that time.
Okay. So you never did ask IS specifically about this allegation?
I asked her if he was being inappropriate when I asked SS the one time, and that was that.
Okay. And so closer into that December time period, you never had any conversations with your nieces, even if it wasn't at your house, at another location, confronting them about this specific allegation?
The last time my nieces stayed at my house was the most strange time they had ever stayed at my house. And in that time, I decided that I was going to go ahead and take them back early. And when I was taking them back, IS sat in the front seat of the car. She turned her back to me. She looked out the window. She gave me no communication whatsoever. As a matter of fact, IS and SS stayed in the bedroom right across the hall from me and texted me if I could order them a pizza, which is what led to me taking them home early. So at that time, I took them home while he was still at work. That was the last time that they were over the house. And at that time, I had no idea that she was currently pregnant.
Okay, thank you.
Wow. Let me read the poll. Jade's Cleaning Company said the poll is crazy. Yeah, it was a request. So we got to see what the request. So you have a request poll? I'll do it. Only 9 votes? Come on, nobody's voting? I'll come back to it. Nobody's voting. Or maybe it's my computer is slow. It could be on my end. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it says 24. But I have this many people in the chat. The math is not adding. Come on. Hit the likes and vote. See the yes or no. Simple. All right, let's get back to it. And welcome. All right, back to it.
I appreciate that. Let me talk to you about Snapchat. You stated that you were aware that Mr. Quiles was Snapchatting and talking to your nieces or whoever on Snapchat, correct?
Correct.
In fact, it wasn't any sort of secret or anything like that. If he was Snapchatting your nieces, he would say, I'm Snapchatting the nieces, correct?
No, he would not say, I'm Snapchatting. What is he going to just announce? Hey, I'm Snapchatting my nieces. I never asked who he was texting, who he was snapping, if he was texting, if he was snapping. I did not bother him when he picked up his phone. So there would be no need to announce that he's snapping or texting anyone, including my nieces.
So let me ask you a different way, and it may just be, let me just back up a little bit. If he was on his phone, if you asked him, hey, what are you doing? Would he not tell you? Hey, I'm Snapchatting IS, or I'm texting whoever. Would it be something that was a secret, or would he tell you, hey, this is what I'm doing, if you asked him?
If I asked him, he would tell me what he was doing.
Okay, let me read the poll. I'm gonna put something else up. Seems like people don't like the poll. Okay. All right, it is what it is. All righty. Wait a minute, make sure everybody can hear me. All right, let me read the poll here. The question I asked: do you have a family member that mess with minors? We have 27 votes and 48% says yes, shaking my head. 52% says no way. All right. All right, let's get back to it. Wait a minute, what it says? He hid that all the way. Everybody, please be careful with the words you put in the chat because YouTube will flag all of this stuff. So we talking about grape, just put R. We talking about essay, you know what essay is. SO, whatever. You know what I mean? Just put in some keywords. We don't want no problems over here, okay? All right, let's get back to it. All right, he hid the blank all the way through. That's what narcissists do. Bingo. I'm trying to figure out, what is he? A sociopath? I feel more, well, you could be a sociopath and a narcissist, but I'm feeling more of a sociopath with this guy. It's a low-life piece of crap. True sleazeball. Oh, Cox said wouldn't let me click on. Oh. Oh, well. Apologize there. All right, let's get back to it. I'm going to let y'all go, ladies and gentlemen, soon. After her, I'm going to let y'all go because it is late. It is very late. Very, very late. All right, let's get back to it.
So it wasn't any sort of secret that he kept from you about Snapchatting your nieces, correct?
Correct.
And as far as his use of that, was that strange in some way to you, or as you testified on direct, did you just view that as the way he communicated with them?
It was extremely strange because you're Snapchatting. I'm like, I had to go and find out what Snapchat was. He texted me solely, and they text me solely. So they were still hip to texting. However, that was their platform. So I had no reason at that time to question him as to why you're solely using this with them. But was it strange? Yes. But I tried. I just couldn't. No, I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, strange for you in the sense of you didn't use it.
I didn't use it, and I didn't understand why it exists anyway.
Understood. Okay. So Snapchat in general, you just didn't get the point of that.
Yeah, it was a cheater's playground, if you ask me.
All right. But that was
All right, Michelle. I'm talking about the animation. Very nice tool to catch attention and learn too. Well, all righty. Well, thank you for watching animation. Thank you. I'll be doing that back again soon. It's going to be coming up soon because I got to continue those stories. I have to continue them. It's kind of like a, soap opera continues. Yep. All right. But thank you, Michelle. Thank you for that. Thank you. Resume.
something that the kids would use, and he would relate to them in that way, correct?
Yes, correct.
Was he that type of uncle to try and relate to the kids in whatever way that he could?
He was, yes, he was.
Did you ever know him to communicate with another niece of yours, ID?
No, I didn't know that they communicated.
Did you ever at any point in time catch ID and your husband alone together?
To catch would be to be in a matter of being startled. Were there times when they would be in the room or at the house, and there was one time when we had to get together because that's the only time that ID came over to the house, as if we had a family get together. I remember one time I came in and they were in the room, but I thought nothing of it at that time.
Okay. And nothing, as far as you know, nothing inappropriate or anything like that happened in that one time you recall them having been alone together?
I have no idea what happened prior to me entering the room.
All right, let me talk to you about his job. You said that you would go to, and I know we still have this up, you would go to Ace Pick Apart to visit him. You said you'd bring him lunch from time to time or to meet up with him, correct?
It was to bring him lunch.
Okay, that's fine. And I know you testified on direct that, and when I say him, I mean Mr. Quiles. When you would go to Ace Pick Apart, you said that you would actually drive forward, and this picture is up on your screen, so you can refer to it if you need to. But the part that you're talking about that you would drive into would be straight. If you cross those railroad tracks, you would actually go straight into this area that has this opening. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you would see him working over there.
That is correct.
Did you see him working on tires or with tires?
He was in a bulldozer machine, like a big giant Caterpillar type bulldozer machine. He worked in that often.
Okay. Did you also see him repairing or fixing a fence ever over there?
No,
Do you recall him working with any dirt or filling out roads or ruts in roads?
no.
Only thing you recall him being in is in the Caterpillar at some point when you went over there.
Yes, he moved cars and they put stuff in the bucket of the bulldozer thing and he would move wheels and stuff.
Okay, so he did work with tires. I did ask you that earlier. I don't know if you answered that specifically. You would see him working with tires or wheels, however you want to describe them.
Well, I know from him explaining to me, and oftentimes he would video chat and FaceTime with me while he was inside the bulldozer.
Okay. And so when you would FaceTime, he would describe his work, basically what he was
Well,
doing.
I could see what he was.
Michelle, I just don't get it. I really don't. I just wonder why these men don't look for women their own ages and close to it, not the babies. Just like women out here. There was a story that I covered, oh gosh, I can't remember. And there was this woman. She had a daughter. This is in middle school. Her daughter was in middle school. And she would use her daughter to get these young boys to come over to the house while she give them margaritas and stuff like that. Give them, margaritas and some weed. And then take them to the other room and do blank, blank, blank with these young boys. And use her daughter to lure them in. I was just thinking about that case the other day, and I want to know, did that go to trial, and how did that turn out? Her mother, and you're using your daughter to bring them over to the house. And one of the boys told, I think that's how she was exposed, one of the boys told. Sick. I don't get it. I was just watching another video on YouTube, and I think I'm going to upload it and show it. It was that Mary Kay Letourneau. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong, excuse me. The blonde with the young boy. When did that happen? In the 90s or something like that? I can't remember whenever it happened, right? And they was interviewing him, and he said he looks back at it like she was sick, messing with me. He said, I can't even fathom seeing myself as a young girl, as a child. She was sick. See, but back then he didn't know. That's the point we're trying to say is these young kids, they get with these older guys or vice versa. They don't realize you're being groomed, you're being manipulated. When they get old, they start to realize there was something wrong with them. You should not be looking at a child. There's nothing in a child to look at except for protecting them, providing for them, educating them, nurturing them, because they are the future. That's all you should see in a child. But you have some sick people. And that's why I don't want to play that other video when the sister was on the stand and she was talking. That was just heartbreaking too. Tell me, y'all, did y'all see that? Well, I think that was yesterday on the stand. And I was going to show, but I said no, because you have some weirdos, the way she was talking and, prosecutors asking questions. You got these weirdos that be listening and they getting aroused by it. Sick. All y'all going in the handbasket straight to hell. Resume.
I can see him and he's moving around and oftentimes he's messing with wheels. That's what I know. I didn't ask for specifics of, hey, are you getting tires or getting wheels or pulling them apart? What are you doing? All I know is he's moving wheels and tires.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to ask, are you moving wheels right now? If you could see it, that would make sense. As far as other times when you would go to the work, his job, you would say that there was another part of the fence area that you would hand over lunch or things like that if you had to.
It was chained, and I would just hand the bag of lunch through the chain.
Okay, through the chain. All right. And that chain link fence was locked, correct? That's not something that you would go physically walk through.
No, it was chained even during lunch hours, so I'm assuming that it stayed chained all the time.
Meaning that's not an entrance that people would use to go in or anything like that?
No.
It's just an opening where you could hand something through, essentially?
That's correct.
Okay. Not something that you yourself could physically get through, though?
Well, I was very pregnant at that time.
Okay, even if you were thin, would you be able to get through that?
Then, yes, I could.
All right. When you actually would see him there, he was working. Did you always know him to be a hard worker when he was working at these jobs?
Always.
Let me talk to you about the gun gallery. You testified to some of the gun gallery stuff. You actually were the one who purchased that 9mm gun, isn't that correct?
Purchased it immediately after our daughter came home from the hospital when she was born, yes.
And the gun cleaning kit that you talked about as well, you also purchased that for him.
I did not. He purchased a gun cleaning kit because one time when he went to the gun range by himself, he said that immediately when he fired the gun, it jammed. And the guy who worked in there told him, look, you gotta keep these things cleaned regularly. So he came home with the gun cleaning kit and explained to me that that was why he purchased it.
Okay. And that was years prior, correct?
That was in the Trout River house.
Okay. After, and as far as the gun gallery would he go there fairly often?
Yes. Most of the time we would go together, but on December 20th, I recommended because he had a short day at work. It was raining half crazy and he released the workers to leave early on the yard. So I recommended, I'm like, hey, you're stressed, I'm stressed, go to the gun gallery. That's a stress reliever.
And so you were fully aware that he was going there?
Yes.
And from your own statement, you actually suggested that he go there?
Yes.
And that was just a pastime that he liked to do?
Yes.
A way to blow off steam?
Yes, we both like to. I just was very pregnant, so I couldn't go.
Fair enough. All right, thank you for that. All right, I want to talk to you about the time period, specifically December 19th and the 20th. During those 2 days, specifically, you said that, and I just want to make sure I'm clear on what you said during your testimony, because I might have missed it. During those 2 days, did you observe anything strange from him at that time that you noticed?
His behavior was strange.
As far as looking, is that what you believe looking back, or at that time, on the 19th and 20th, did you believe that?
On the 19th and 20th, I believe it coming up to the 19th, his behavior, he was continuously saying how his brother's not taking his call, his brother's not taking his call. And the significance of that was, for me, your brother doesn't take your call all the time, so what? He's not talking to you right now. What's the big deal? For him, he didn't see it that way.
Okay. And were you aware of any communication between him and his brother?
He made me aware of communication between him and his brother on January 8th, actually, the day that the cops took him away at Ace Pickle Park. He made me aware of communication with his brother. And it's my understanding that that was the first time that his brother actually called him back afterwards.
Okay. And I mean, there's phone records to talk about that, so I'm not going to ask you about that by any means. But were you aware that they were in communication quite a bit all that month in December?
I don't know. I know that he was panicked of his brother not speaking to him. So if they were in communication, I wasn't aware of that part.
And if you heard the figure that they were in contact via text and phone call 228 times in the month of December alone, would that surprise you?
Yes, it does surprise me.
So you were not aware of that, how often they were communicating?
No, I was not.
All right, when IS went missing, do you recall when Mr. Quiles found out and how?
I told him. If he found out prior to that, then I didn't know. But from my mouth, he found out the moment that I found out that she did not come home from school.
Okay. And did you all assist? I know we've heard from other family members that people were trying to locate her and do what they could to post flyers and things like that. Did you both assist in that?
I could not assist the family because I was very estranged from the family at that time. But myself, on my own, when he came home from work, myself and our daughter would go and drive around in Arlington because I needed to do something. My niece was missing.
Understood. And I know that you guys said that you were estranged, but were you still in close contact with your sister, Margiela?
Yes.
And and you guys call her Margie, right?
I call her Margiela. They all call her Margie.
Okay. So would Margiela be giving you updates and keep you updated as far as leads and things that were going on?
Yes, you would.
So you were at least in contact with someone from the family and assisting in some way, whatever way you could at that time?
I couldn't assist. All I could do was be on the outside and listen to what they were doing. I could not assist because I was not included. I was estranged, as I said. I was just thankful to be able to at least have updates of the progress.
And during that time period, Mr. Quiles, he came home every night?
Yes.
Okay, he wasn't gone for any long period of time that you didn't know where he was, besides from work, obviously. But he wasn't gone for any long periods of time where you didn't know where he was.
No.
And at that time, you never had any indications during that period of time that he was somehow involved in IS's disappearance.
No, I didn't. And I asked him.
Okay. You asked him about whether he had anything to do with IS going missing.
Yes, the day the cops came to our house, and that's on record because the cops came out and it was all on the news. I asked him on that day, at that time, while the cops were at our house, I asked him.
And he denied?
Yes, he did.
During that time period when IS has gone missing, so this is sometime from December 19th up until Mr. Quiles' arrest. Actually, let me back up a little bit. From December 19th up until when police came to your house. And I believe your sister, Kimberly Mobley, came as well at one point when the police came to your house. Do you recall that?
All of my sisters came.
Okay. So from December 19th.
Fantima, I hope I'm pronouncing it right. If I say it wrong, no disrespect, I apologize. Is this speed up? Yes. When I do the recaps in the evening like this, I usually put on a faster speed. But if it's too fast for you, whatever, or for anybody who's here, because if I don't put on fast speed, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here like forever, to like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I put on a faster speed, but you can always hit the setting, and this goes to anybody in chat, hit the setting, and you can slower it, make it slower, whatever's comfortable for anybody. So just go from there. But usually when I do recaps, I put them on a faster speed. Yes, I do. All right, let's get back to it. And welcome. Glad to have you here.
Until, I believe it was December 26th or 27th, but shortly after Christmas. Did at any point in time anyone talk about Jose being Johnathan Quiles?
At that point, I was no longer on the group text message. After December 6th, after the text message that happened on December 6th, that text line with me connected to it was no longer being utilized. So I don't know what they were talking about.
And prior to police coming to your house around a couple of days after Christmas, had you been questioned in any way about Jose being Johnathan Quiles?
No.
So for that 2 weeks where you're getting updates of what's going on and leads that they're following, Jose and Johnathan Quiles, that's never brought up.
That was December 6th. Again, I'll state December 6th was the first time that my family said that he was Jose, and he was also the father of her baby. Prior to that, they were on a search to find Jose. IS's story kept changing, and then they said he is Jose, and that was the first and only time that they directly came to a line that I was attached to. And it was a heated discussion where I said a lot of vulgar words to them. And I said, at that time, like I stated before with the prosecution, you don't have to wait until the baby is born. You can test him now. Any conversations that happened with my family after that time, I was not privy to.
Understood. And I guess I was asking more so about police communications. There was nothing to the police about Jose being Johnathan Quiles from December 19th all the way up until a few days after Christmas.
The only thing I learned of police communication is what was on the news.
Understood. And when you said that it was December 6th that this first came out, correct?
Yes.
Let me ask you about the sale of that red van that occurred after, I think you said it was after Christmas as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay, you testified that you asked him to sell a vehicle, correct?
I said vehicles, get rid of some of these cars. We only had 2 that were insurance and being plated. Our yard was looking like a parking lot, and I said, get rid of the vehicles.
And did you all have a conversation about him selling that red van?
No, he just picked whichever one he was going to get rid of. I didn't care as long as it wasn't mine.
Okay, and didn't he actually speak to you about not selling the Durango?
Well, the Durango was his baby. He completely gutted out the Durango. He built a custom box in the back of the Durango. So at no time did I assume that he would get rid of the Durango. The 2 vehicles that I figured would go would be the broke down Dodge Intrepid and then whichever vehicle other than my Buick Lucerne.
Okay, so the only other vehicle that it could be would be the one that was broken down or that red van, correct?
No, it could have been his Dodge Intrepid because, it could have been his Dodge Durango, but that was going to be up to him as to which vehicle he wanted to make his primary because he was the one who was going to choose what vehicles were going to be sold. My only stipulation was do not sell my Buick.
Okay, so there's 4 vehicles.
Yes.
The Buick, the broken down Intrepid, his Durango, and the red van that he was also using during that time period, correct?
That's correct.
I'm just trying to get to the point. The Durango, he actually told you, hey, I put way too much money. I spent too much time. You described what the work that he did on the Durango. I'm not selling that particular car.
We didn't, I don't recall having a discussion or a debate. There would be no debate. I didn't give him conditions except for do not sell my Buick. So as to that, why would he have to discuss to me why he's not selling the Dodge Durango? My only stipulation was do not sell my Buick Lucerne.
Amber, there are so many of these women out here that need to be on the episode for my man. It's ridiculous. They really do. They need to be on the episode. It's pathetic. It really is pathetic. And that's all I can say. They're pathetic. You're too old to be acting like this. You know, these young kids, when you're young, you can understand. But when you start reaching like 25 and up, especially 30 and up, really? I mean, we all make mistakes as we even get older. But these would be some major red flags. You didn't see this? That flag didn't slap the crap out of you? Oh, it was about the cookies. It was about the wood stick. Gotcha. Pathetic. Reason.
Understood. So the only options he had to sell, not going to sell his baby as you described it, would be the red van or a vehicle that was broken down, correct?
He had 3 options of what had to go. He made his choice as to what he wanted to sell.
And it wasn't strange that he sold that red van in any way.
I did not question why.
No, this is the Sleazeball's ex-wife. Well, now she's the ex-wife, but at that time when this was all happening, that was his current wife. Reason.
He chose the vehicle that he chose.
Let me ask you how John is with people. Is he a really overly affectionate type of person? Would you describe him in that way?
As far as physically or as far as words, as far as what words of endurance, terms of endearment or what?
Yes.
Terms of,
all of the above.
as far as physically, no, he wasn't the one that was going to be just overly affectionate with everybody. But as far as terms of endearment, yes, he's going to call everybody baby.
Okay, and so like men, women, children, coworkers, friends, family, he would call everybody baby.
If you're in the circle of somebody who he considers to be a friend or a family member, then yes, but he's not just going to walk up to you and say, hey, baby. So
as far as your nieces, your nephews, he would call them baby as well, correct?
yes,
Okay. And he would hug and love on them as well, correct?
yes,
And he was affectionate with them regularly, all of them.
yes.
So that wasn't anything strange or abnormal to you.
No,
You yourself never have witnessed anything that could be deemed inappropriate between Johnathan Quiles and your niece Is, correct?
no.
You've never seen anything that could even be considered inappropriate behavior between Mr. Quiles and your other niece SS, correct?
Considering the fact that if something is going on behind the scenes, the one person you don't want to find out is the person who you are doing dirty and cheating on, such as the wife, it's not strange to me that I never saw anything directly. No, I did not see anything.
And you never even suspected that anything was going on, correct?
No, I didn't suspect. I just had the allegations that were coming from my family.
And those allegations were put to bed, according to you, correct?
No, they were. My comfort in the allegations was when I spoke to my nieces. That's when I was comforted by the allegations.
Even as you sit here now, you cannot tell us anything that you ever witnessed or suspected outside of those allegations that you questioned your nieces about that would be considered inappropriate behavior between your nieces, ISS or IS, and Mr. Quiles, correct?
In hindsight, as opposed to with all the new information, I can sit back and say, okay, well, that was strange to cooking my niece a meal every time, especially knowing that she was also pregnant at the same time that I was pregnant. At that time, no, but afterwards, having over 4.5, almost 5 years to sit back and think in hindsight, yes, I will say that that was extremely strange.
And let me ask you about the cooking thing, because you brought that up. The cooking thing, you testified on direct that he would ask all of the kids, hey, what do you all want to eat? And then he would make food for them, correct?
He would ask all of them. They would either agree and they all wanted the same thing at that particular time, or they would each say what they did want. But when it all boiled down to it, I got my meal, and the second meal that was made was always the one that Iyana said. The one that Iyana said.
And as far as cooking 2 meals, you're talking about that time period when you were pregnant.
Yes.
Okay. And during that time period, he's making you a specific meal that's just for you, right?
Yes.
And the other meals that he's making, and that's basically because of your request, right? Like, hey, I want X, Y, Z.
Yes.
And he would accommodate that.
Yes, he would.
And he would do that regularly. That's just the kind of guy he was.
He was a cook. He was the cook. Yes.
All right. And as far as any sort of specifics, do you recall telling police, I believe it was August of 2022, and I don't have the exact date, but around that time period, do you remember telling police that you didn't have any sort of specifics that you could provide or any information that you could provide of what you witnessed or saw or anything like that to indicate any sort of inappropriate or suspicious behavior about Mr. Quiles around this time that IS went missing?
It's the same thing that I'm saying now. It's the same thing that I said at that time. I cannot say what I did not see.
One moment.
I will say she is very pretty, and the mother, her sister, is very pretty too.
Ms. Mobley, good to see you, ma'am. Have a good rest of your day.
Well, I guess that's a wrap there with this one. Yeah, with the cooking. Charming with the cooking. Look at him, the little slick hair dude.
I remember the
Well,
we're
can you
gonna take a break right now.
bring it
It's
right here?
12:38. I told you earlier today I'd let you know about scheduling wise and what I'm foreseeing happening. Now,
Let's watch the clown come back in the room before I end it. Yeah, let's get back to this clown. He getting ready to walk in here. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. Did this? He killed that girl like that and dumped her like she was just a piece of trash. You know, who are you to figure to judge when somebody should live or not? Where is he? Where's this clown? Did I miss the clown? Oh, that's another clown.
okay, anything from the defense? Can we bring Detective Abbott back in, please? He should be outside the courtroom.
Dang, I missed it. Let me put on faster speed. Yeah, he's coming out, clown. Can't stand him. Yeah, isn't she beautiful? Both of them, both of the sisters, beautiful women. No, he got to have them young, young, and describing their body parts the way he did. You sicko. In the text message, got the nerves. Tell this little young girl you cheat. Oh my gosh. So help me to understand, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm correct. She dipped out of school at lunchtime, correct? So when she dipped out, she contacts him. He's like, come and see me. She talking about running away, and then that's when he killed her, correct? Look at him, look at him, look at him. All right, he's coming out. Before y'all go, just hang in there. Let's just watch this piece of crap come out of here. Somebody need to take that. Oh, I can't stand him. Just look at him. You think you fine.
Let's go back on the record. 19 CF 7518.
Low
Counsel of
life.
State Defense and Mr. Quiles present. We do have our jury present.
Ball. Doing that to these girls, these young girls like that. Manipulating their mind. Tell me I'm going to cook a meal for you. Get this 16-year-old girl pregnant, then dump her, kill her, and dump her body like that. Have her thinking that y'all was in a relationship. That girl done fell in love with him too. What a shame. What a shame. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let y'all go because we've been here forever. And thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for hitting a like. Shout out to the people in the bushes. Stay tuned for some more. I will do some more because I want to get into the mama and the grandmas on the stand because I didn't get a chance to see so much with the mother was on the stand. I didn't get to see that so much. So, we do recaps over here. Recaps. No, this woman is not like Andrea. Oh, okay. Talking about something else. Let me see. Let me go through these comments real quick. Dirtbag. Sleazeball. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me stop talking here. Everybody had themselves a blessed and a great night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for answering, certain questions because I was like a little bit lost. I was like, catching up on this. But today I was like, when I heard these text messages, I was like, are you kidding me? Snapchat, whatever it is. And another thing I have to say is, ladies and gentlemen, study your man. Gentlemen, study your woman. Stop being so blinded by lust. The red flags are there. I mean, when you're young, I can understand you don't see it. You're just learning. You're just getting your feet wet in the dating scene, so you don't know. But the signs are there. And what I have to say is I would like to know about his ex-wife. I'm not trying to jump at her. But if these kids that was made, you shouldn't have been surprised. He's no good. 3 kids? Women, 2 by the same woman. 1 is impossible. What is impossible? What is this? This is something new? What is it? Either it is or not. All right, that's it. Everybody had themselves a blessed night and a safe one. Stay tuned for some more of Donna Just Being Real. Feel free if you like at the end of this. Leave some feedback. Feel free to check out some of my past commentary. And feel free if you want to email me, you have a viewer's request, or you need coaching and dating, love, relationship, feel free. You'll find the email in the description. Thank you for being here. Everybody, this is a blessed and a great night. And like I always say is, date smart, not thirsty. Listen to that gut feeling. Watch out for the red flags. They're there for a reason. And if you have several people telling you that person you're dealing with, and they all saying the same thing, it's no good, listen to it. I don't think they're jealous. They telling you something. They seeing something you're not because you're so caught up in that spell. And it's called love bombing.